about that is the quotes that they used as evidence to say that he exercised, that he's a part of a hate group, or he is a hate group, a leader. And so here he goes. He says the J group, a small handful of the great. This is the quotes of Louis Farrakhan, and this is the quote that they use. They said there's a small handful of J group that control the movement of this great nation, like a radar controls the movement of a great ship in the waters. The J group got a stranglehold on Congress, and it just nails it perfect. But they consider that a hate speech, and you know, and there's several who can actually stand to me and actually disagree with that statement. That he called them deceivers of the American people. Basically, and he's not saying everybody that's in that J group. He's specifically saying this of the Israel group. I don't even know. I'm not sure TikTok will allow me to say certain terms, but so I'm just kind of slow on my response. But going through all these quotes, and each of them, the ones that refer to Israel, that they use as evidence against him. Last year, I would have said, yeah, he's absolutely, anti-Semitic. But this year, it hits different. This year, now that I'm reading it, it hits different. And if you want to go, just look up Louis Farrakhan Southern Poverty Law Center. And I'm not saying that he doesn't exercise it. He might be thoroughly anti-Semitic, but all
right. Well, listen, Leroy. Let me here. I'll explain it for you, okay? Because I have a lot of friends of mine who are Nation of Islam. I have a lot of friends of mine who are Nation of Islam, so I can explain it to you. Maybe it's better to hear it from a white person, just so people don't think. Yeah. All right. So listen, the Southern Poverty Law Center is very, very sadly controlled. There's like a puppet by blueberries. All right. And it's like one black civil rights group going against another black civil rights group, because the real black civil rights group, the Nation of Islam, is they're anti-blueberry. Louis Farrakhan. Now remember, Louis Farrakhan, yeah, he's a little bit on the extreme side, but he keeps good culture. He has a good sense of morals. He has a good religious backbone. And yes, the things that he says is like, listen, he's sick and tired of blueberries, especially controlling all of black media, of controlling black civil rights. Black people should be in charge of black people's civil rights. Why the hell is it controlled by a different group of people? I've read a lot of their literature, actually. Mena, thank you so much. And no, Louis Farrakhan is right, okay? And he's right, and that's why the freaking like AD or whoever's in charge, they make the Southern Poverty Law Center go to war with Nation of Islam.
What I consider is like mentioning his name in public was considered a pariah back in the day, and it's almost like saying it's like saying OJ is innocent out in public. Mentioning his name back in the day, even amongst Black Americans, they were very careful not to even mention it to each other, because there's been an effective job at vilifying him, and now it's kind of like he's vindicated, with regards to.
No, he is. I mean, the same thing to Kanye West, man. They just gave him nonstop bad publicity. Kanye West, Mel Gibson, and all of them, nonstop bad publicity.
Yeah, I cried what happened to Michael Jackson. I remember the time when they started saying he was the same way. And that was just almost. Sorry, I had a phone call. That was almost ridiculous. And as Michael Jackson, he's got all. He made a list of the people that he had enemies of, and on that list, yeah, there was a few blueberries, yes, but and they used that list as evidence that he was anti-Semitic, and
They say that to everybody. It's just a word. It means jack shit. When a Arab person is accused of being antiseptic, there's a 95% chance that it is not antiseptic. I'm sure like once in a while, maybe it is. But when a black person like Louis Farrakhan or Kanye West is being accused of antisepticism, dude, not again, 95% chance it's not. When a white person is accused of being antiseptic, because I get called it all the time every time a blueberry pops up on the panel. I don't give a damn. Screw you. It is not antiseptic to freaking all right, what it is, it's blueberry fragility, everybody. They get freaking they're like hyper sensitive about absolutely any little thing that is mentioned against them. Anything mentioned against them is antiseptic. And if they mention like anything about the media, oh, that's a trope. That's an antiseptic trope. That's what they call it. Like, dude, you can't even mention anything that's like indirectly controlled by them, or they'll start calling it a trope. It's like, dude, shut the fudge up, man. Blueberry fragility is what it is. Hypersensitivity, easily triggered. Dude, shut up. I mean, they'll go blow up freaking 15,000 children and then call you an antiseptic for even questioning it. I mean, come on, dude. No, Leroy, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate, my friend. And you're 100% right. You see things clearly. I mean, I'm glad you do. Yeah, sadly, everybody, the Southern Poverty Law Center, they do a lot of good things for their own people, but it is blueberry controlled. I mean, if you start like watching it, you can actually see, you'll see it if you observe it long enough. Leroy,
I wanted to add one thing in here, and then I'll drop. The thing I wanted to add was that with regards to Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, these people have taken troubled persons and turned their lives around, turned them into responsible, the better citizens, some of the best citizens in the U.S. And I make that point simply that to vilify this group or in any fashion would be a mistake. Does a disservice to the entire community. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop, and I hope you have
Leroy.
And what you're doing.
Appreciate you very, very much, my friend. Yes, Nation of Islam is especially popular in certain areas in America, like around the Washington, D.C., Detroit and Chicago, especially. Yeah. They're very, very big over there among African Americans, especially. Some places, get more Christian, but yeah, Nation of Islam. I've had a lot of friends who are that. You'll read some things you may not like about. Oh, it's whatever though. I mean, everyone's got some.
Thanks for what you're doing. You're saving lives. You're saving the lives of children. And I hope you keep on doing it every day. Stay on it. Take care, man.
Appreciate you very, very much, my friend. God bless you. And thank you for jumping up on my show. You're always welcome, man. Thank you. Oh, Leroy, as you already know of Nation of Islam, Nation NOI and stuff like that, could you please tell the chat room, 90% of all the slave ships that cross the Atlantic, who owned them? Oh, Martin Shelley, that was a little premature. All right, yeah, 90% of the he was dropped a little early. 90% of the slave ships that crossed the Atlantic Ocean were actually blueberry owned. That's actually common knowledge. And Nation of Islam preach it, like they show the proof of it and everything, because there's plenty of it. So, all right, thank you, Leroy. Angels, welcome to the show. Go right ahead, Angels. All good, Shelley.
Yeah. Hi guys. Hello. So a lot of stuff to talk about. So
I believe there was
just in today, actually the what was that? So it looks like the ICC Chief Justice, I think I tagged you on that. The ICC Chief Justice and Holocaust survivor Aaron Barak has resigned from his position in the ICC and is sitting, and he resigned for personal reasons. So the resignation letter is on a post that I shared. So it's pretty interesting that he resigned now. So a lot of people are speculating that it's because of Gaza and because of what Israel has been doing thus far. And I guess he's feeling the pressure, whether he is supportive of them or not. So, of course, you know that Spain has decided to join the ICJ. No surprise there. Just wondering what took them so long. But they finally made it official. So we should be hearing from them and hearing more about that. Let's see. Of course, Israel continuously, they've continued to carry out a lot of attacks, particularly in the southern Lebanon that borders with northern Israel. So they're hitting them pretty hard. And I know that there are reports of phosphorus, so I believe that that's continuing as well. So they're not going to stop that there. Very interesting. State Department.
Really quick, Angels, this is the famous picture you see on the screen, everybody.
Yeah.
This happened a couple days ago. They claiming that this is white. It looks like it because that does not look like any conventional weapon that I know. It looks like they're dumping a poisonous like powder on top of the public is what it looks like. And it looks like it's burning shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is a war crime. Yes, Amy, that is a war crime, 100%. It burns your lungs. It burns your skin. It's bad stuff, man. That is a war crime. Go ahead, Angels. I mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, it's
in
okay.
Lebanon. It happened in Lebanon, King Louis.
Yeah, it's really messed up. Just craziness. So just a lot of talk about Biden now. Where the State Department is saying one thing and he's saying another. So it looks like that ceasefire deal. I think we talked about this yesterday. It's Bibi's deal. So they're not even listening to the age group. The age group has been pretty consistent from day one and insistent that this must be, in order for them to be in agreement on and proceed with other, things that they need to discuss, first and foremost, full ceasefire now. And it looks like Bibi countered, but he never said that. So now it's coming out where he wants this 6-week ceasefire. It's almost like this kid in a candy store, like a child that wants to continuously get his way, and it's almost like disruptive, and it's hurting his own people. It's hurting his own cause, because he has to have the last word. He has to have the leverage or feel that way. So this is the worst kind of person you can negotiate with. Just flat out someone who's really not interested, honestly not interested in the hostages, not interested in peace. He's only trying to prolong this and keep himself at bay as long as he can. He doesn't want to go to jail. That's the main thing here, Eric. I also heard George Clooney, the actor George Clooney, called the White House a few weeks ago, right after the ICC released, their intent to arrest Bibi and the others. And that he's married to Amal. She's an international, a well-known international and human rights attorney, and she's worked on many cases of human rights in general, so she's got experience in it. And she was part of that, investigation that they conducted, which led to the final arrest warrants. So George wasn't very happy about the way that they were referring to the ICC and the threats they were giving the ICC. So he personally called the White House. Of course, they didn't put him on with Biden, but he spoke with aides and expressed his discontent with them, and so forth and so on. Just a lot of craziness today. A lot of briefings, and it's the same old, Eric. We continuously are asking ourselves the question: when is this going to end? And when are we going to have some kind of an agreement on something? Something solid where both sides can actually say, you know what, let's just, agree on this, which is a full ceasefire, which I think is pretty reasonable. And it should have happened a long time ago. And then they can, actually move on with the other particulars that they so desperately need, particularly getting those hostages back home. So, that's pretty much everything. I think we know everything else. I'm pretty sure the ICJ will make an announcement on, further hearings and more presentations with a lot of other countries that have decided to join, South Africa. And, so far that's what I have. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some more stuff to talk about. I have videos. So If you'd like, I can drop so that we can give more people room. I don't see any other people right now, but
stay up here actually, because I'm having audio problems and I might need to switch off to you to fix them. King Leonard, thank you so much. My earbuds aren't working, and let me know if I start having an echo. Naomi, thank you so much. And here's the thing too is, once again, this happened last week. Israel once again had a chance to get back their prisoners, and they are the ones who turned down the agreement. I thought I had it here somewhere. Yep, there it is, right there. They had to go call the families and tell them that, Israel turned down the prisoner exchange. Listen, and again, the H group was offering a prisoner exchange since October 8th. Everybody. So, yep. Thank you, Angels. Appreciate you super duper much. Hey, I want to go back to something on our buddy Leroy back here. Listen, everybody. You are a very, very important and influential person when you can speak up for other groups of people. It's actually very, very effective. Okay. So when when a group of people is struggling through something and only they themselves are speaking up, sometimes it goes a little unnoticed because amongst their own people, they think that that's what you're supposed to say anyway. And others think that they're being, so when somebody else of a different group of people, a different religion, a different race, a different nationality is coming up and saying hey, dude, that is wrong. It goes to further effect. Like in this case right here in the Palestinian cause, it's not just Palestinians jumping up because, blueberries could easily just shout them down and just say, they're fanatics, they're crazy and blah, blah, blah. You have a whole bunch of people. But at the same time, too, you also have Jewish people. There's more Jewish people on our side than their side. And the Jewish voices in this are a lot louder. So, I've learned that myself, too. I've actually sat down. Like I said, for Arab, I've read a lot of Arab history. I've read a lot of I've actually read a whole bunch of Nation of Islam material for Black Americans. I've read a lot of Hispanic stuff, Native American, a ton of Asian literature, and dude, it can go a lot further. Fancy Yancy, and I would appreciate it. Dude, when there's a civil rights group for white people, and it's led by a black dude. And his voice goes super, super far just because people are interested. What's he saying? So when you're speaking up for a different group of people, your voice goes a lot further. And I highly recommend it. And I hope people will someday do it if my own Polish people are in freaking need of something. So, Angels, thank you super duper much.
One more thing. Kamala Harris got heckled big time last night.
Dude, she is so hated. What happened to her? Everybody hates that shit.
I tagged you in Disco and I tagged Shelly. She went on Jimmy Kimmel Live last night. This happened last night. And the audience just went at her. And they started calling her a general, war criminal, you're complicit. It got really nasty. It was, but good, I think people need to really step up and do this more because I really think a lot of us are asleep. I live in Miami and I can disclose that. I don't have a problem with that. And you'd be shocked, Eric. Well, I'm pretty sure you probably are familiar with Miami. People here are asleep at the wheel, literally, when it comes to this kind of stuff. They don't understand. It's like they don't understand, and they all go to Starbucks. They're not really aware, and I don't think they realize that this is tied to self-awareness, and you have to be at one point. You have to be self-aware. You're complaining about gas, you're complaining about groceries, you're complaining about your pocketbook, and that things cost triple the amount. Well, hello, why do you think that's happening?
Yep.
Why do you think that's happening?
Just so everybody knows, everyone in every country complains about that. And even during historical times, like during World War I, World War II, or most people, sadly, just don't give a damn. They don't care about the news. All they do all day long is chase sensory pleasures. That is it. They want to go hang out with their friends. They never watch the news. They don't give a damn about nothing. You can And the media takes advantage of this. They know, like governments know this, right? That most people are not complicit, compliant. They're very compliant. They're just sheep. You can just tell them what to do and they'll freaking do it, and you can maneuver around the rest. Don't worry about trying to convince everybody. Just worry about the freaking, like the 10 to 25% that actually molds and shapes society. That's all you freaking need. Everybody else is just work around them. They'll just agree with you after you take power anyway. Angels, thank you. Jennifer, you're up next, and welcome to the show. Thank you very much, and thank you for your patience. Go right ahead. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. I see everybody waiting too. I got you all.
Good, Eric. You know I can talk, so you got to give me that cue, darling, so we can keep it rolling. Love the haircut. Love the new camera. You look stunning. What a beautiful face for the voice of Palestine, liberation, freedom for all. Appreciate you, Angels. Appreciate you, Shelly, in the background, and all of our moderators. The team is amazing. Thank you, family. A little piggyback on Angels and the Jimmy Fallon show. Who was in the audience heckling was a Code Pink member. So another W for Code Pink. Yeah. She was so loud that they literally had to get the band going to try to drown them out. So incredible. In our genocidal government's face. So today, before I hopped on, before you came up, before your show was up and running, I was scrolling through TikTok, seeing the latest videos of what's going on, right? Which was heart-wrenching, and came across a Palestinian live. And it was interesting because someone had just shared to me one of her videos, and I literally was watching the video of her. Beautiful woman. I'm horrible with I'm so English. I'm just so English. Forgive me so I don't even attempt to pronounce names. I just can't. But I literally watched this video of this beautiful young woman, same age as my son. And then bam, I'm scrolling and she was live. So I hopped on her live and loaded up my coins, spread positive encouragement, blessings. I could hear she was in central Gaza. So she originally, like everybody else, was told to leave their homes and was eventually made her way to Rafah. And then when they told them to leave Rafah, she went back to central Gaza. Her home is completely demolished, but she had a friend that had managed to escape to Egypt. And he said, use mine. But of course, the very front part of his house is gone. Kitchen's gone, living room's gone, been bombed, but there was a back room in the back that was livable enough for her and her 8 members of her family. And they had to put cloths up over the windows because the drones were flying around, of course. And also, we know now that the drones are equipped with the ability to pew pew. So they've covered their windows. And, as we were on her live, spreading love and encouragement, we could hear the stuff going off in the distance and getting closer. So we would just, we'd just pray and offer them love and support as it grew nearer to them. And so, I was able to load up on my coins and offer some help that way. So I'm just encouraging y'all, if you're scrolling through TikTok and you come across a Palestinian on a live, hop on. Even if you don't have coins to give, just your presence in that live is boosting it, right? And you can tap the screen and share, do the hearts, you can offer that, you can pray for them while these unimaginable things are happening, there's so much we can do that doesn't cost us any money, but a little bit of time, just to know that my presence offers some sort of love and support, to let them know that we see them, we hear them, we're in the United States, we're not our government, we're fighting for them. I got to spread the news to them about Washington, DC this weekend. They asked more details. I shared it. English was unbelievably well spoken. The woman who was doing the live, she could speak 3 languages, and I swear she spoke English better than me. But she wanted to know more about what was happening in DC, so I got to spread that. They're aware of us. They're aware that we, the people, are fighting for them, that we love and care about them, and You know, if that's all you can do while you're scrolling through TikTok, then do it. You know, it costs nothing to jump on a live and tap your screen for a minute or two.
1,000%. I do it too. I'll swing by someone's live and I'll first, I always hit the follow button on the creator because I want us all to grow our algorithms together because we start seeing each other's videos and we all grow together and grow higher too. And also, I just tap the screen and stuff like that. There's a lot of times someone's hosting a Pro Pally live. Sometimes I'll just watch it for a couple minutes just because, I'm busy or whatever like that. But all that helps. Every little bit helps everybody. So even on, if I see another Pro Pally video, I always hit the heart button, always leave a short comment, even if my comment is like a triple watermelon cool face with the thumbs up, because I'm busy. So, but I mean, just doing something to help each other's algorithms, it does help a lot. Jennifer, anything else you wanted to add? Thank you so much.
No, darling, not for now. If I think of something, I'll pop back up. But thank you, Eric. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you on here. Everybody, the protest starts at noon and not 2. This is like an older poster. They changed it to noon time. So just so everybody knows that. Yep, the red line, everybody. They're going to surround the White House. I don't know. Does anybody else feel that, like, something funny could happen? Oh, man. A few 100,000 people are going to show up. I think last couple times was around 300 each. I think the first time was bigger than the second time, if I remember correctly. This time, I think the record is 400,000 for the greatest protest at the White House, like at the National Mall, the mall, the big giant front lawn and stuff like that. So hopefully we can break the 400,000 marker. That'd be freaking badass. Brittany, thank you. Let me get to Horn of Africa. Welcome to the show. Go right ahead. How are you? Oh, and everybody wear red. If you're going, wear red. I found that out last minute. I had to go find all my red shirts. Hi, Horn of Africa. Tolman, thank you so much. Horn of Africa. Let me hit boom, boom, boom. All right. You'll make it to Yellow Storefront. Horn of Africa, I'll get to next. Do not drop Horn of Africa. Marilyn Gotti, thank you so much. Yellow Storefront. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
What's up, Eric? I think TikTok banned my account for like a minute today, but it came back, so it's okay. I also got into a live with Jill Stein, and she talked about a lot of the Green New Deal, which seems great for the economy. But she also did a very few minutes about the comparison of the student movement during the Vietnam War and how they got women's rights, how they pulled the troops back. And though it was a very conservative government and Supreme Court back then, the student movement, like today, they did everything and they got it all. So she was very encouraging to today's student movement to continue and to never give up.
Yeah, I keep hearing she does live shows and I keep missing them. I want to see her live show on TikTok out of curiosity. I'm very, very curious to see that. Yellow Storefront, anything else you wanted to add? And thank you so much, my friend.
No, I sent you the link to the live, but I think you can check
I know. I receive them. I have a whole bunch of people send me links to Jill Stein's live when it happens, and then I'm always busy or something. I gotta catch some damn time. It just kind of has to a little bit of luck because if she pre-plans it, then I'll see if I don't think she pre-plans it. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna check it someday. I was hoping by luck I'd have it by now. All right, Yellow Storefront. Anything else you wanted to add? And thank you so much, my friend.
No, that was it. And like always, you're great. And
thank you, buddy.
Have a pudding, man. Don't
have a pudding. Thank you. That is awesome advice. You know what? I'm going to take your advice too. That's awesome advice. I appreciate you, my friend. Have a pudding. I will. Really quick news break between guests. Dude, APEC is on Twitter and they're always posting crazy stuff and sometimes putting their own foot in their mouth, right? This is and you can, listen, on Twitter, you can respond back to them. So this is what APEC posted on Twitter. Oh, for those who don't know what AIPAC is, the American Israel Political Action Committee. This is the lobbyist group in which Israel gives money to influence Congress. And you can check out their website, AIPAC.org, or you go to their freaking Twitter, AIPAC right there. This is what they bragged about on their Twitter. All 17 AIPAC endorsed candidates won their primary election tonight. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. Ian Carroll posted right underneath it. Oh, look, a foreign nation bought 17 more U.S. politicians. Let's brag about it on the internet. Yeah, that's damn right. Dude, I've posted like 7 or 8 AIPAC videos, and all I do is quote them. That's all I do on my AIPAC videos on my TikTok is I'll just sit and quote them. I'm like, dude, this is what they say on their website. Like, these people are freaking nuts. So, yep. Horn of Africa going right back to you, my friend. Welcome. White screen just popped up. Hit the button. Yeah, you go. Microphone on. Go ahead. You're good. You're good.
Thank you. How are you, Eric? How's everybody doing?
All right, Tony.
Hi, can you hear me? How's everybody? I hope you all doing well. I'm here. Today I think, 8 months for the genocides happening in Gaza. We've been talking, we've been doing everything, we've been protesting. We did everything, but it seems like the world is not doing enough. And you can see yesterday they attacked and they bombed a United Nations school, and 45 people been unalive, 60 people been injured. It's what is happening in Gaza is very ashamed. I mean, it's very shame and humane and right and acceptable. It's beyond above in humanity what's happening in Gaza. I don't know what else they're trying to do and what else they're waiting for it. I'm honestly very ashamed how in this planet we live in. I mean, two countries having the same different war, and one country, the whole world has to stand up and defend it. Like when you look the war of Ukraine, the whole world, even the Princess William talked about the war in Ukraine, but when you look, the war is happening in Gaza. Nobody wants to talk about except us, who is fighting every day for the Palestinian rights and the human rights. But that's what I want to say. And the other thing is, when we're talking about Palestine, we're not only talking about Palestine, we have to talk about what's happening in Sudan. When yesterday, 150 innocent people in Sudan been ambushed and died because of the other group. And we have to talk about Congo, what's happening in Congo. It seems like they're all connected somehow in a science. And a science is taking over the world. When you look at what science is doing, this planet is, they want to it's like a new way of colonization. They want to colonize this planet. We live in this world. We live in a different way. That's what I'm thinking, genocide, kill a amount of people, take over their land, like Congo, all the resources coming out Congo, the diamond, the mineral, everything. Who's benefiting? It's society who's benefiting. So when we're talking about Palestine, please not forget Africa, my homeland, my country, Africa. Please not forget, for everywhere having a problem. Muslim, Christian, Jewish, atheist, doesn't matter what you believe. We're all human. We're all children of Adam. We have to support each other. And that's all I want to say. Thank you, Eric. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, listen, these people are viciously evil to everybody. Yeah, look at Sudan, look at Congo. All right, those are African examples. For Arab examples, look at Egypt, look at Jordan. For European examples, look at Ukraine. Dude, I am disgusted what they're doing in Ukraine. Zelensky, George Soros, and the whole entire blueberry, dude, they are vicious to the natives of Ukraine. Like, I want to slap them. Look what they're doing to America. They're destroying freaking America, man. Listen, the reason why we have high taxes and high inflation is because we keep sending everything over to Ukraine and Israel. Dude, it's getting freaking nuts. So, yeah, they're vicious. They are enemies to everybody. And I can't stand when they try and do this. When they're trying to recruit and trick Christians to being on their side. I'm like, dude, you are out of your freaking mind. These are the same people that sue Christianity out of every single aspect in America, right? And every institution, they sue the hell out of them. and they spit on Christians in when they go to visit Jerusalem and everything. And they want us to be on their side all of a sudden. Dude, October 6th, you hated us. October 7th, you want us to be your best friend? Shut the front door. Quit it. It's freaking ridiculous. It is heresy. It is freaking heresy to be using religion as a political tool and trying to recruit people through religion and stuff like that. Muslims and Christians have a better relationship. Muslims do not deny Jesus. Zios do. It's part of the thing that Jesus is not any type of prophet. He is not a Messiah. And we are off to Fresh from the Coven. Welcome to the show. I am Yema. Thank you very much. Appreciate the rose. Fresh from the Coven. Welcome. Go right ahead.
Hey, how are you guys tonight?
Great.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop and remind everybody that Saturday the 8th, but also download Signal. Download Signal. We can all have a chat, and it's encrypted, please. Like, it'll keep us safe. We can communicate safely, and we don't got to worry about, it lessens the worry in our groups. And yeah, the only other thing I wanted to say, I'll be real quick because I know other people want to come up, is I'm really happy that we're all showing up, but I'd like to take a minute to give a shout out to the people in the shadows that are helping us all get there and that have donated money and tickets and time and your support. So thank you. Ground team is as important as the people who show up. So have a good night, everyone.
Thank you super duper much. I definitely appreciate you. Okay, so Johnny's sister, after what I just said, Johnny's sister in the chat room says that in England that they are fear-mongering against Sharia supremacy. Or there's different words, but they all mean the same. Remember, everybody, England, blueberries own the media. All right, that's how it is in all of Western Europe and Central Europe and America and Canada and Australia. And now Mexico. Remember, Mexico is now blueberry media too. So they will always twist things and vilify. And that's they fearmonger. Yes, they fearmonger. Remember, fear is like the greatest emotional tug, right? Bribery and stuff like that. I mean, fear-mongering works really, really good. Hey, these people are out to get you. These people are out to get you. These people are out to get you. Man, they're not out to freaking get you. They fear-monger Muslims against Christians, saying they're out to get you and blah, 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 and they're a different religion. And it's all not freaking true. And they fearmonger in the opposite way too. They fearmonger that Christians are out to get Islam. Dude, Christians have no, they don't have no want in the Middle East. There is no Christian group trying to take over the Middle East that I know of. I mean, maybe there's some fringe groups, but that's the fear mongering that they preach on both sides. It's all bullshit. They just want to keep in power. They fear monger us against each other so we can keep fighting each other. They used America to launch the Iraq war because they wouldn't do it them goddamn selves. They wanted Saddam Hussein gone because Saddam Hussein was always preaching that he'll blow Israel off the map, and they wanted him gone. They had a couple failed assassination attempts. They couldn't do it, so they used 9/11 as an excuse, as leverage against people's emotions in America to go launch that. And that's what they do. They use the motto of Mossad is through deception, wage war. Don't fight your own battles. Have your enemies fight your enemies. That's how they think, man. And let me really quickly go into this. This is either a fake account or someone who's just a freaking brainwashed. It's a very Muslim name, right? It's Mossab Hassan Yusuf, all right? This person may or may not even be real, or just paid agent, whatever. He says this is the bad stuff that he writes, but I want to address it because it's actually pretty important, because this is how blueberries work. They'll pay off people to turn against their own people and be favor of blueberryism. I mean, you see a lot of people, they're different races. They see, all right, Sisi of Egypt, man, you're paying this dude to be a backstabber to his own religion and a backstabber to the Egyptians. They do it to freaking everybody. They do it to blacks in America, Hispanics, freaking Europeans. They find people to go backstab their own people to be pro-Zios, and that's it. Mosab says, he says the whole thing, this false sense of supremacy, talking about Islam, can be put to the test if necessary. He says, Islamic ambition is to conquer, dominate, and enslave humanity and will not be tolerated in the new world. Yeah, the new world, they want the blueberries to rule. When Palestinians are, like in this case right here, Palestinians are not in any way, shape, or form trying to conquer other countries. They just want their own country back. And so this is the kind of like lies that they spew forward. And it's fear mongering, but you're paying, this dude is pretending to be an Arab Muslim, or maybe he even is. He just paid a ton of money to be a backstabber. Like Sisi. Sisi really is an Egyptian and a Muslim, but he just paid to be a backstabber. So, I mean, that's just, see through that. It's just a political game, man. They get paid to do this stupid backstabbing, evil stuff, man. All right, let me get to Alexander. Welcome to the show, Alexander. Hello, how are you? All right.
How are you?
All right. Your microphone's on.
I was muted. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you nice and clear. Go right ahead, my friend. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, the last time TikTok banned me, so for 24 hours. So I'm going to be very careful because there is a lot of lies in America. I don't listen the news in America. I go to my country. I'm from Portugal. Portugal actually is a country. It's different from Spain. We were the only ones that on the second war that we didn't enter on the war. But we were on dictation and we had like SS, the same thing as the Nazis in Portugal. But there is a lot of things that you said that were not true. The Americans, and this is repeating, history is repeating. The second war is repeating now. Everything is the same thing. Because the Americans, they only enter on the second war when the Germans, they attack England. Because until then, there was a genocide in Europe with the Jewish and everything, and the Americans, they keep out. They didn't want to get in the war. They only enter on the war when they were attacked by the Japanese, that they thought that the Americans, they were weak because they were not defending Europe. And after that happened, the attack on the famous, that they killed a lot of militaries, that's when finally Americans, they wake up and they decided to help the European. At that time, already England was destroyed completely. So all the Europe was already taken by the SS and by the Germany. So there is a lot of things that you guys, and I'm sorry, I'm from Portugal. I was born in Portugal. I study in Portugal. So the history that you guys have here even about the Second War, about you being like the D-Day and what happened on the D-Day, it was when the Americans finally wake up and decided to defend the Jewish, because until then they were taking advantage. And I'm sorry, this is the reality. They were taking advantage of the Second War. They were taking the big, only helping the persons that they could take advantage, and the Jewish, that they were knowledge, that they had acknowledgement on science, on music and everything. That was the ones that they were protecting and bringing here, and even telling them that they have, instead of publish things in French, they have to publish everything in English, and they will protect them. That's how the bomb, the bomb that the nuclear bomb was made. It was by a Jewish here that was protected by the Americans. The Americans brought him here. And all of this is a joke. I'm sorry. The Americans, they always, and I'm American also. I'm sorry. I'm American also. And I'm going to be banned again on TikTok because I think we need to know, the Americans, they do need to know exactly what did happen and not a bunch of lies that they are telling to them.
Yeah.
And
No, I was actually going to
See,
start. I was going to start doing that more next week because everyone, when they talk about previous history, guys, remember our media and our freaking school system is pretty much Angela and AA. Thank you so much. Is
my
all Blueberry
son,
owned.
let me
They lie.
tell you one thing. It's so much lies that my son had to do American history when we came here. My son had already the 12th grade done in Portugal. And when he came here, my son had to do the SAA, the assessment so he could enter on the college.
SATs.
The SATs. And my son one day came to me and said, Mom, I have to lie on SATs. I said, why do you have to lie? Because the history that they do here, it's not the real history.
You're damn right.
So they lie a lot. They lie to you guys a lot. Your history, you don't even know nothing about history. I'm sorry, but
No,
this
it
is
is
the
altered.
reality.
History is altered to
Everything
fit
is
the Blueberry
altered,
narrative.
and yeah, it's altered because they don't want you guys to know. And do you know what I think? Being an European here, you guys are much more. It's much more a dictation here than it was a dictation in my country, because you guys are falsely trained to be machines, and they train you guys to say certain things. And they don't want you guys to think. They don't want you guys to know the truth. They don't want you guys to know all the truth that happened in Africa and why the Americans, they went to Africa, why the Americans, they enter on the battle with Europe, why they enter on the battle with the Japanese. It's a bunch of lies, only for profit, even with Arabs, because like I told you the last time, the French, they were they have an agreement with the Arabics to make a factory of bombs and everything. And the Americans, they didn't want to be outside of that. They want to be them to do that. So that's how the Arabicans, they have all these guns, because it was the Americans, they gave the money to them to develop the atomic bombs and stuff like that. And now they want to take from them. Come on.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
Yep, Alexandra, thank you so much. And yeah, I'm gonna start doing some more stuff on freaking, especially World War.
If you want, you can
Bertie,
contact
thank you so
me.
much. Tisha, thank you so much. Alexandra,
You have
last words. Go ahead.
You can contact me. I have all my information on my pages, if you want, and I can give you some information. But
I
not
appreciate
from
you
here,
very, very much.
They
Thank
are
you for
going to
offering
ban
that.
me
I
again.
will
I
make
know
sure-
they are
I
going
think I already
to
hit the
block
follow
me
button on
again.
you. I'm already following
Thank
you, so I
you.
probably might. All right, thank you so much, Alexandra. And I'm writing down your name so I can hopefully get in touch with you later. Thank you very much. All right, here's something you guys didn't know about World War II. 1939, Poland was invaded. I mean, the history book said that Poland was invaded by Germany. Yeah. And it was also invaded by Russia, the Bolsheviks on the other side. It was invaded by the Nazis and the Bolsheviks at the same time. And then within a half a year, the mustache man would also go and then attack France and England. And then after sweeping up Western and Central Europe, he would then attack Eastern Europe and attack the Bolshevik Empire, which was his ultimate goal in the first place. He made peace with Japan and the Arab Muslims. He made peace with Japan and the Arab Muslims and attacked only European countries, because that's apparently what our blueberry media calls white supremacy, even though it's whatever. Japan attacked America late 1941. And the reason why Japan attacked America is Japan, that little tiny island, remember, America was not a political superpower at that time. Japan thought they could sweep the whole entire Pacific Ocean of all American ships and called America a paper tiger. It was not for no reason. America surrounded Japan. No oil, no nothing can get in Japan. Japan's a rocky island. They don't produce their own oil. They need oil for their ships, for their cars. They need oil. They needed to break out of the encirclement. So they needed to attack America. The reason why the reason why America surrounded them and stuffed them in their island and suffocated them They, one, did not expect them to fight back, and two, because Japan was out there conquering everybody. They were colonizing everybody and just taking control over everything, even colonized areas that America colonized. And so that pissed them off. So it was like one form of imperialism against another form of imperialism. And it was stupidity on top of stupidity on top of stupidity that kind of led us to World War II. And little bit by little bit. Tony, anything you wanted to say, my friend? And then I'm going to go over to Angels.
Yeah, buddy. Let's share the live, guys. Share it. 458 shares. Let's go ahead and bump it to 1,000. Come on, guys. We've got 279 people here. Also join the team, please. Hit that heart next to Eric's name. Punch his face, poke his face, finger his face. Whatever you want to do on his face, you can do it. You have anything you want to do, you have a green light. Also, positive comments, please. The live is already shadowed 50%. So let's go ahead and share, get some people in here so we can help Eric. Also, when you guys come on the panel, please, 2 to 3 minutes. We've been saying this every time and people are stuck with 5 and 10 minutes up there. So 3 minutes, we have to take you down. Then you can request and come back up. So please, there's a lot of people in the queue that are waiting. You guys don't see that, but we have a lot of people waiting and everybody wants to talk. They want to say something. We don't want your personal stories up here. And whoever comes on the panel, please be respectful to others. No hate. And make sure whatever you say is TikTok safe. That's what I'm asking for. So therefore, back to you, Eric.
Appreciate you very, very much. Yeah, and 1,000%. I don't mind personal stories as long as you can keep them like within 2-3 minutes. If it's a 10-minute long story, people fall asleep after 4 minutes. That's just how human nature is. TikTok is very, very ADD. All right, no, it's hyperactive attention disorder. That's what it is. All right, you have to have really, really, like, even videos and everything. Nobody has patience on TikTok. Any TikTok videos that are over 1.5 minutes usually don't make it. YouTube and like Rumble, you can have a half-hour long video and they're cool with it there, but on TikTok, no. ADD. Tia, thank you. Angels, go right ahead. Appreciate your patience.
All right. So CBS is reporting that Bibi is confirmed to join Congress, and based on the invite they gave him, July 24th. So he will be there July 24th, guys. So that's the date. So it's been set, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of protests. So there's plenty of time to set that up. So I wanted to play one video. Speaking of videos, this is a really important video. So the Israeli spokesperson came out today and spoke of, I don't know if you're aware, Eric, Israel attacked the UNRWA group that was taking shelter in a school, and they unalived approximately 30 people. So here is the Israeli spokesperson's logic behind that.
Last night, a Hamas compound embedded inside an UNRWA school. A Hamas compound embedded inside an UNRWA school in the area of Nuseirat was precisely targeted and hit. The school had terrorists who actually took part in the murderous attack of October the 7th. We took them out. 3 rooms in the school, in the building, were used by Hamas and Islamic Jihad terrorists. We assessed that 20 to 30 terrorists were in the compound at the time of the strike. We targeted with precision strikes on the specific classrooms, What we know, of course we know that the terrorists were, what they were doing inside a UN school, they were hiding. The compound was used for staging attacks and as a forward operating base. Our strike was based on intelligence and used precise munitions, using surveillance and intelligence. We actually called it off twice just to be sure that we were precise and to limit any unwanted civilian casualties. Needless to say, The Hamas health ministry are habitual liars. They habitually overinflate figures. I've laid out in some detail all of the steps that Israel took to prevent any harm to civilians. These were targeted strikes in 3 individual rooms in this United Nations school. We are investigating the issue and will come out with the results of our investigation very, very shortly. Last night, a Hamas...
So, yeah.
Please
so there you
send
have
me
it.
that. Please send me
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
can't believe he said that stuff like so blatantly. Could you imagine the exact opposite said? Could you imagine that that like somebody would go blow up an entire school, the schoolrooms where they had their I mean, dude, you out of your effing mind.
I'm telling you, Biden is a part of this because I read between the lines and I follow behaviors. And chat, tell me if I'm crazy. So you know how Biden, when he's speaking and he wants to get his point across, he repeats himself. You know, he did the same exact thing. Did you notice that? When he was talking, this spokesperson, when he was speaking, he was repeating himself. Every time he wanted to really accentuate a point, he repeated himself. He would repeat the point more than once. So that's a Biden thing. So I'm telling you, Eric, and I'm telling you, chat, American leadership, good. I'm glad that they did what they did to Kamala Harris yesterday because I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You know,
She's a bad person.
This is just beyond excusable. It's inexcusable. And I think, again, people are asleep at the wheel. And, you know, we're still a community here, but there's still more to do, and there's still more people that need to be educated and need to hear, a voice. They need to hear, what's going on, what's really going on. They're not reading, they're not listening to the right news, they're listening to cable, and they're hearing repetitive, voices, gossiping, because that's all they do all day. Yeah. They don't do journalism, they gossip all day, and that just rubs me the wrong way. I hate gossip. And I tell you, that's what they do all day. These journalists, as a matter of fact, that are coming out now, that are in the State Department briefings, kudos to them. There are 2 or 3 of them that are really, they're really great journalists, because journalists ask questions. Whether you like the question or not, they ask questions. And we're living, sadly, in a society where when you ask questions, you're ostracized.
Yep. Angels, thank you so much. And I looked up exactly what they were yelling. It was Code Pink. Code Pink was yelling at, where'd it go? Code Pink was yelling at Kamala Harris. This is what they were yelling at her. War criminal and also unaliver is what they were calling her. Unaliver. I can't. It's freaking buzzwords.
Yeah.
Amia, thank you so much. Emanuela, thank you so much. This was during Jimmy Kimmel Live, which is an American comedian show. It's like a talk show. They'll bring up a whole bunch of celebrities and stuff like that. Once in a while, a politician. Jimmy Kimmel is left-leaning Democrat. Not left-leaning. He is. Jimmy Kimmel is a blueberry. He is a Democrat, and he had his puppet, the vice president of the United States. It's freaking, dude, they're all puppets. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah, just so everybody knows. Angels, thank you very much. Nazareth, thank you so much. Mo, thank you for your patience, and go right ahead. What up, buddy? How are you?
Yeah, how you doing, Eric? Buddy.
Great, my friend. Go right.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak to you from West Bank, and I don't know if you guys heard what happened today in West Bank in Jenin, with undercover went inside, and after they went inside, I think they found out, the people inside, the Palestinian found out the undercover and start shooting there. Then helicopter come back and start shooting in Jenin camp. and it was terrible today in West Bank. And I like to update you about stuff in West Bank. And today in the school in Gaza, they unalive 60 innocents, most of them kids and women.
Hold on. Is that the same incident that Angels was talking about? Marilyn Gotti,
Yeah,
thank you so much. That's the same
yeah,
incident, right?
there was
All right, now,
60. There was
how many women and children did you just say?
there was 60.
60 women and children. Is that what you just said?
Yes,
And
yeah.
did you guys hear what Angels just said about the Israeli spokesperson saying that it was all T words and this was strategic strikes with no civilian casualties? Psychopaths. Psychopaths.
Yeah, they all are innocent people.
Yeah, we know, buddy. They're always innocent. Robert, thank you so much. Israel is just psychotic. And remember, everybody, H group translates to the resistance movement, the Islamic resistance movement. They are resisting. They're trying to stop other people from occupying their land, from living under somebody else's dictatorship, and trying to be free. That's all it is. So it's the same thing like when we say Zio, it's not like a rank and file. I mean, there is rank and file Zios, but for the most part, it's just like loose public supporters. So pretty much we can interpret a lot of people, rightfully or wrongfully, being Zio, and they do the same thing. They just reinterpret everybody for being resistance movement. And for real, everybody is resistance movement. Everybody in this chat room just being pro-Pally, they can interpret as being a resistance movement. And you guys know that. It's a lot of it has to do with interpretation. Buddha, thank you so much. And that is that's some sick puppy stuff. And that's why they're always hitting civilians and claiming T-wordism. And listen, they're not going to control the monopoly on the freaking dictionary anymore. And Rita, thank you so much. And we can't have labels that are hypocritical. All right. What a T word is a person that goes around unaliving civilians, especially children, especially women. All right. And Israel is even more wrong for doing so because they have such high grade weapons. When they go blow something up and it is on a routine basis between 65 to 70% women and children, do this on freaking purpose. They have precision weapons. They've used precision weapons before in the past. They choose not to. They want this. It's all freaking excuses. Even when America was doing stupid stuff in Afghanistan and Iraq, right? There was times where we legitimately, it was an accident. We blew up a school. All right. Even when it was rare as fudge, man. It was like once every couple of years or something. I mean, it was not freaking. Not every single school in the past 8 months like Israel just did. One family, thank you so much. These people are psychotic. Mo, anything else you wanted to add? And thank you so much for jumping on the show, my friend. Appreciate you and your information. All right, Mo, all right. One family, thank you so much, Mo. I super duper appreciate you, Mo. Nader, welcome back to the show. Shelly, what's up, Shelly? Nader, welcome back, buddy.
Okay, it's my last time on this show. It's going to give me 2, 3, 4 minutes. My last time I won't come back to the show because the show has changed. All right, let me just say what I'm going to say. I'm not going to swear or nothing, please. Let me say what I'm going to say. Last week, what happened, and I have done nothing wrong to this live, but there's people controlling this live who messaged me in the background, who was very rude to me. All right, and rude to me, and a lot of people have been chased away from this live. Good people. Everyone has noticed this. I noticed this. Everyone has. All right, I'm not going to name names, but everyone knows who he is. All right, everyone knows who he is. And two, when I wasn't here last week, you all talked about me. Eric, you're number one, my friend. All right, number one. So, and Shelley, you're number two. You did too, Shelley. All right, so don't answer me now, please. But you did. I know you did.
I didn't talk about you. I asked you to keep the rules. That's all. It's the same as
What did I
everybody.
say? I never said nothing.
No, I don't talk about
me.
people behind their back, Nader. So
I'm
that I don't.
on your face. Please don't interrupt me, please. All right.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna. Okay.
I'm here to be a man because you all talking about my back. I'm gonna say it. All right, you've all done that. And as long as you talk
Hold
about
on, Nader, hold on. I'm gonna talk now. I'm gonna cut you off. Hold
let
on.
me talk.
Hold on 1 second. If you wanna stay on this panel, you need to listen to me. Listen to me. No one talk about you. This panel right here, we do not attack. We don't have any personal attacks on each other. You have a problem. Hold on, let me finish, Nader, please. I love you. I love what you do, but you cannot come on this live and say, if you have a problem, man, call.
Give me a chance. Tony, give me a chance, please. I'm not going to come back again. Give me a chance.
No. I love you. We all love you here. We love your heart. We love the cause you're doing. But you cannot come and attack Shelley or anybody else or anything personal on this
Then I,
live. You can finish, buddy. You can finish. But
all
please,
right?
just
Give
watch
me a
it.
chance. Give me a chance. All right? So I'm not going to come back again here. All right?
Okay, go ahead. Finish
All right,
up.
give me a
Go ahead.
chance. All right? I always get interrupted, and you didn't even get. It's the last time I come here, as I said. All right? You keep
That's
doing what
fine.
you're
Go
doing.
ahead.
It's cool.
Go ahead.
Keep doing
Go
what
ahead.
you're doing. It's cool. I'm only here for Palestine. I'm not here to make friends. I said that from before. All right? I don't care, and you don't tell the truth about nothing. All right? About the truth is, all right, you talk every day. You talk about America. America is Israel. Same shit. Or you don't like to hear it. Or America's controlling this shit. Israel is a proxy for America. Wake up your mind. Wake up your head, all of yous. All right? And there's a lot of people who have been, as I said, been turned off this live. Kanafa is no one's told me nothing. Kanafa was the best. Why is she gone? Tell me why she gone. Because you got one person named Joe on here. Sorry, I have to say it. All right, he's turned off everyone from this live. All right, and that's all I'm going to say. Please don't talk about me on my back, and that's all it is. Thank you. I say the truth. Bye.
All right.
Sorry,
Neither
Eric.
me,
I
neither
just had.
me. Yeah, no,
I
I
just
just
had
I was
to,
Eric.
I
Listen,
wanted to
listen.
finish what he said because I want the people to know what's going on,
No.
and they don't take anything
I got
bad.
to respond. All right, listen. Neither me and Shelly said anything bad about him on the live show, and I have the whole live show as a witness. No one can ever
Yeah, I
quote
don't
me.
do that, lads. I just don't. I haven't got time for it.
The people in this who come here, Eric, they all know. You've got the same people coming here every night. When you open till you shut it down, then they know. No one speaks about anybody on this panel.
Unalive, certain threats and stuff like that. You can kind of get away with one or two threats and stuff, but I mean, guys, there's certain lines where I get in trouble for what other people say too. So, Tony, thank you very much. Appreciate you, Shelly. Thank you so much, Roger. Appreciate you, Roger. Thank you. Let me get to Buddha. What's up, Buddha?
All right. On the lighter note, I don't know the evils that we've been hearing and whatnot. Let's get some good news here. Times of India. I just saw a recent posting from them. Iran captured Netanyahu's mole, caught snooping amid Tehran attack plans. Arrested in the country northwestern of province of Ardabil. He was gathering critical information under the guise of a news editor. The spy tried to, delete all his information since he was caught, all his information. He was arrested in process of doing that. So one more spy out of there because they did find another spy, and there was a posting on that one. And good news, Palestinian soccer team made it to the finals of getting in and finally won their seat to go to the World Cup. That is awesome.
That is super awesome, man. They needed
so
that.
awesome. And knowing the fact that they have to just hear all of their people dealing with so much, and they're there and they can't help but focus on what they're doing there to represent their country. It is awesome. And they finally get through their flag to be flown in the World Cup. And they will be the one that's going to be able to raise it up. Ain't that cool? Other than that,
Yep, Palestinian team. Look at that, everybody. Palestinian team reaches final round of World Cup qualifications. Dude, and I was just thinking, dude, why isn't that all over the media? Then I remembered who owns the media. If it was an Israeli team, they would already be predicting that they would win the World Cup.
Yes, they would all. Yeah. Get this. This is the other lighter note. Envoy that was being on the UN envoy envoys stormed out of conference hall as Israel representative begins to speak. Everybody started walking out. That was cool. And the other thing too is pay attention to your algorithm. I was watching, I was doing some, searching and, updating and learning some more on some of the stuff that I saw on Facebook and Instagram. And so I started watching stuff on like YouTube, and I'm noticing my YouTube has started sending me pro-Israeli type of like music. And one of them had me tripping because it was talking about wizardry and it was fantasy. It was catchy. It would make a teen want to dance to it because it was a catchy thing. And then I'm starting to feel like something just doesn't feel right with this music. And I started listening to it and I started writing it down. I'm like, whoa, this is Zio stuff. Yeah, they're trying to push these music out there. Other than that, I am so ecstatic. I'm going to buy me a Palestinian soccer team jersey.
Hell yeah.
Done.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to look that up. Palestinian soccer team jerseys. That's actually pretty smart. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Yep. Yeah. I'm going to make a video on that. Start buying them. I'm buying them my Kofia too. See ya. Dude, that's actually a really good idea. Hold on. I'm writing that down. Jersey. I'm getting one. I'm going to look at the players. I'll get the goalie or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's badass, man. Thank you very much, man.
One of them, just to support the team.
Hell yeah. No, that's cool, man. I'm really, really happy for them. That's freaking, that's their team must be very motivated. And I'm sure God had a little bit to do with that too, man. That's freaking super badass. I'm like, I don't know. It kind of makes me feel good for real. That's awesome, man. Let me hit a quick news update, everybody. This is an article from December 2009. This is Israeli media. All right, no, Middle East. All right, so hold on. Doctor admits Israeli pathologist harvested organs without consent. Black market organ harvesting. They do this a lot in Asia too. Is a big. Why do they do this? Because remember, listen, kidneys and liver, these things can go for $30,000 to $40,000 each on the black market. So there's a huge black market for organs, and Israel's been accused of it, and it's been accused a lot in Asia. If you look up black market organ harvesting, you'll see a lot of Asian countries too. So, yep, but Israel kind of does it on a more government, kind of looks the other way, probably even helps on the sly. Majid, thank you so much. Amy, welcome to the show. Go right ahead. You can hit them with like any random conspiracy theory, and there's like a 95% chance it's going to be true. I mean, I swear, that's just ridiculous. Majid, thank you. Amy, go. Welcome.
Yeah, it's definitely getting crazy. There's a couple of resources I wanted to share. I listened to the podcast Colonial Outcast, but I hadn't listened to their first episode, and I went back and listened to it. And especially it's a long one. It's like 2 hours, but the last half hour to 45 minutes, Dr. Liam O'Mara talks about like sort of the root cause of like things like colonialism, Zios, that it's really nationalism, and that's something that like needs to be deconstructed and addressed. Anyway, I thought it was a really good podcast. And then the other thing that I wanted to share, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for like a month for this movie to come out, Where Olive Trees Weep. And it's a documentary about Palestine. And you can go to where I put the link in the Discord too, in the general chat, but you can go to whereolivetreesweep.com, or you can also find it through the Science and Non-Duality website. They're the ones that I think made the film, or anyway, it's really amazing, really beautifully done. And what was really striking about it is it really talks about like the daily Palestinian experiences, what their lives are like, sort of how the occupation was started, the whole history of it. And some of the footage you think like, oh, this has got to be like since October 7th. It's not. The whole thing was filmed in 2022 and it's horrific, like what daily life is like for Palestinians. And I kind of knew, but I don't think I was as aware of really the realities of it. And this does a really good job of like telling their story and why they're fighting for freedom, how they've been protesting for years and years and years peacefully, and why it's gotten to this point.
Yes, thank you so much, Amy. For nationalism, all right. When people mention nationalism, too, pay attention to the context because I think people use the same word in different ways. I've noticed some people when they say nationalism, they just mean a bunch of people who like to run around waving their flag, and because I mean, in the softer note, both Israelis and Palestinians are both nationalists. They love their country. They want to establish their country and they love to wave flags. In the harder sense of the word, like some people use it as imperialism. Imperialism is obviously wrong when you're trying to conquer and dominate an other group of people that you have no religious or ethnic or any ties to whatsoever. You're just trying to dominate and rule over other people. So when it comes to nationalism, pay attention to context because it gets, listen, and there's a lot of words I think that people saying the same word but use it in completely different ways. Like the word fascism. The original time that they used the word fascism, they meant capitalism. Like back in 1930s, Russia was using it, and then that's what the original word fascism meant. Nowadays, it's like evolved to it's evolved to like 1,000 definitions, but I think most of them mean like a hardcore totalitarian imperialist government is what most people nowadays interpret fascism as. But please listen to context. And I just avoid these words and just discuss the subject without the big isms because they confuse the hell out of people. And they confuse the hell out of me too sometimes. Like I said, a lot of people use the same word, but completely different meaning. Dr. Michael, thank you. Amy, appreciate you. Shelly, go right. Shelly, where are you at? I was going to blow up your screen.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Shelly.
We
Thank
are.
you, Amy.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
man, I recognize that house. I recognize that big giant house right there.
There you go. There you go. So this is as close as they're letting us at here right now, lads. They are
I
putting up
bet.
all these barriers outside the White House. They're putting up all these barriers in the park, right? So there's the monument, and they're getting ready. They've got police wagons and all that out already.
No, you're Irish. You have to say paddy wagon.
I see. I knew you were going to say that. Oh my gosh!
It's the paddy wagon. They're gonna load all the patties in it.
I know they're already ready. They've already got the paddy wagon ready for the paddy. So yeah, I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. But yeah, so like this is what happens in America when you try to voice your, your opposition to them engaging and funding a G side. I mean, this is something that we need to think about, lads. Like whether you're pro-Palestinian or not, the fact that a foreign leader, a foreign prime minister gets to dictate policy inside America, gets to dictate what happens to our college kids. And if you have a problem with it, they put up a big barrier. That should be our first problem in the fact that freedom of speech, First Amendment, separation of church and state, all of these things are being convened by dragging us in and out of these type of things.
1,000%. Everybody, that's the White House right there. Now, remember, listen, this is some of the most secure area in the whole freaking world, especially right now, for obvious reasons. Remember too that in the White House and some surrounding buildings will always have snipers on the roofs, and also like they got like something on call. There's a nearby Air Force base. Like, dude, if in emergency case, they can fly some attack helicopters down there and clear some house. Majid, thank you so much. It is an extremely secure area. There are always undercover cops walking around. And that's how they train. They actually train in Washington. The CIA, FBI, they train in Washington in undercover covert operations just to make it even more safer. There it is, everybody. That's the most secure area in the world. Majid, Ash, thank you so much. Shelly, anything else you wanted to add? Appreciate you.
Thank you. Just that, you know, none of us are here to do anything nefarious. I understand that they
No, we
have to
know.
take security precautions, you know, and we're all down with that. In fact, the two officers that directed us were very nice gentlemen. I just think it's sad. It just makes me sad that the whole thing, lads, it makes me sad, number one. And then number two, we don't have time for drama, don't have time for fitna. I don't talk about anyone. Nobody, none of the mods do. We just don't have
No,
time
no.
because we have
Shelly's never
lives
said
and
anything bad about
stuff.
nobody, even behind closed doors.
Nobody does that. So, like, I understand people get frustrated. I understand everybody's tired and everybody's doing their best. So, let's continue to do that and we'll all work behind the scenes, even if we have to work with individuals, and we do that as well to try and keep everything moving forward. So, we're all here for the cause, guys, and that's the main thing. No fitna. It's
No
haram.
fitna. Thank you,
Wallahi.
Shelly. No fitna. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, super. Listen, this is gonna be huge. It's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait to be there. I'll be there in just a couple more days myself. I'll be standing right where she's standing. That's badass. Majid and Yas, thank you so much. And as we're going to that protest, everybody, already we have the next one lined up. The next Washington, D.C. Pro-Pally rally will be July 24th, when the devil himself sets foot in America to go and address Congress. Dude, I want to say this, right? Benjamin Netanyahu coming to address Congress. I think this is like his fourth time. In no shape or form does any country ever do this. No foreign leader comes to your politicians to give them advice what to do. That is influence. No foreign government is supposed to have influence on ours. We are supposed to make decisions that are best for America, for ourselves on the world stage, and include as much morals as possible and stuff like that. But dude, no, you don't do that. Could you imagine Vladimir Putin coming and addressing Congress, or Xi Jinping, or Kim Jong-un, or freaking, I don't know, any random freaking other world leader? No, hell no. Are you out of your freaking mind? That is, wake up. Thank you so much, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. Benjamin Netanyahu, it's like a show of dominance, man, is what that is. It's like showing how much of a puppet just group our Congress is. That is unbelievable that they even do something like that. All right. So let me see. Majid, thank you so much. Pax, welcome to the show. Go right ahead. How are you, Pax?
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me?
Guys, don't forget about me.
All right. Nice and clear, Pax. Go right ahead.
Okay, hi. I'm sorry. I had the headphones on and people couldn't hear me. Hey, everybody. I am going to DC. I'm so excited. I get to hang out with so many of you, and I am so pumped, and I cannot wait to spread some liberation rhetoric everywhere that I go, because that is my new vocation in life, is to spread the words that are going to free the people. I've had a horrific week and I lost my housing. I am sleeping on an air mattress in a living room right now. I'm desperately trying to figure out how to get to Chicago tomorrow to get on a bus, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get to DC and I'm gonna try to free some babies. But I wanted to tell you that I'm so excited and I can't wait to see all of you. And please follow me. I will be live streaming as much as possible, and
everybody hit the follow button. Everybody hit the follow button on Pax. Yeah, I'll be seeing you there.
Yeah, so anyway, super can't wait. I love all of you, and I wanted to remind you, everyone, this is still very difficult. Remember, I'm the self-care elf of TikTok. I'm the one that always reminds people, you have to take care of yourself, because it's safety first and fighting second. That's what it is. Safety first, fight second, because you cannot free people if you yourself are not being taken care of. So that's all I had to say for today. Thank you for all the gifts, everyone. That's so sweet of you. I love all of you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate you very, very much. I had to turn your microphone to just stop the echo. Yes, and Majid, thank you so much. Dr. Michael, thank you so much. Thank you, Pax. Appreciate you very, very much. Let me do I should have had one ready. Oh, here's one. So okay, I want to show this video. Can I show the video? This is what Paris is doing. This is what they're doing in France. Tia, thank you so much. And Existential, thank you so much. You see that? The crowd, they're doing a big giant rally, but they're doing it in front of the Israeli embassy, everybody. The Israeli embassy. remember, these are the institutions in which they control and influence politicians. Okay, so these are strategic protests, and I love that. Remember was it Lebanon and Mexico, they actually tried to burn down the freaking embassies. All right. But I've seen in Chicago, Illinois in America. Let me see if I still have the article here somewhere. I don't think I do. All right. Yeah. In Chicago, they're always protesting outside the embassy. While Aaron Bushnell did his act in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. God bless him. Rest in power, Aaron Bushnell. So, yeah, I really, really like that. And when we go down there, remember, everybody, to go visit the Israeli embassy and plant a nice little Palestinian flag in front of there. All right, Curtis Doctor, welcome to the show and go right ahead, my friend. Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I wanted to say that, when I first came in, there was somewhat of an argument going on. I have no idea what it's about, and I don't really care. It's fine. I just wanted to pick up on that point because you see, what ends up happening in these situations is people can easily fall into the temptation of arguing with each other and fighting each other or degrading each other. And right at the beginning, when all this started, when I was talking about things, there were a lot of people actually who were, pushing back on me just based on the fact that I was a Kurd, because there's a lot of generalizations and stereotypes out there. What I would say to people is persevere instead of falling into the trap of hitting back. Just persevere. Stay true to your own values and principles. It's the best way to convince people otherwise. It's the best way to bring them to your side. And even this advice would be good for leaders, because if you want to liberate your people, if you want to free them, don't stop there. Liberate everyone. Liberate your enemy too. Because to be a truly great leader, you should lead everyone, not just your side. So one of the best ways to defeat the enemy, in this case, Benjamin Netanyahu, his genocidal army, all the psychopaths in the Knesset, and all the Zionists, is to pull the rug from underneath them by convincing the people on their side that you're the better option, that your path is not just better for your people, but for all people. That's how you win. And it's not easy, but it's the solution, the ultimate solution. Think of all the greatest leaders that the world has ever had throughout time. There have always been people that the enemy has looked up to. The enemy has always looked up to them and sometimes revered them, at other times envied them. But in some shape or form, they have looked up to them. Mandela is a relatively recent example, but there are many others going all the way back to history, even to prehistory. So when Salah ad-Din Ayyubi, for example, when he decided that he needed to be rid of a local French, or back then they weren't French, but Frankish ruler, his people celebrated. The people of this ruler celebrated when he was finally gotten rid of, because they saw Salah ad-Din as a much safer leader and liberator and a much better option. So you have to resist the temptation of being dragged down morally by people who might attack you personally or seek to undermine you or seek to threaten you and so on. Rise above it all, and rise above all of it, not just some of it, and rise above it all the time, not just some of the time. Don't make any exceptions. The only time I would say it's valuable to push back on someone is when they make a mockery of themselves. So the only space I leave for mocking others is when they make claims that are so outlandish that it deserves to be mocked, and usually those are the Zionists who come along and they come up with all these pathetic claims with their silly facts and figures and percentages and digits and numbers and all this hypotheticals and other scenarios and comparing to other G-sides and Dresden and Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's when you start mocking them, because that needs to be mocked. Otherwise, their words will carry weight, and people who don't know any better might actually start to be convinced. So so pick your moment, pick your battles, but don't fight amongst each other. It's not worth it. I've had this, quite a few times from some people who don't like the fact that I'm a Kurd or don't like the fact that I can talk or whatever it may be. But to be honest with you, if you don't ignore it, it becomes very toxic. So just rise above it. Rise above all of it.
And shackled on these boards or beds, they call them, but in diapers. Something I would imagine if aliens came to the earth and took humans off of the planet, how they would treat them. It's certainly got to be stopped somehow. That is just so inhumane. I don't know if you've seen the reports or not. And
no, I haven't seen that one specifically. No, I have not.
Look it up. It'll make your stomach turn for sure. If you could look that up and show some pictures.
I got a quick question for you, right? So you're Native American. Native Americans been pushing for a while, like their own kind of two-state solution, so to speak, where they.
Sorry, that's another story. Look.
Your enemy is what you are ignorant towards. Seek knowledge, seek truth of what's going on in Palestine and Israel. Seek the truth. It isn't about being on the Palestinian team or Israeli team. It's about getting to the bottom of the truth. Everybody is mourning here. There is a genocide going on in Gaza with over 35,000 people. Over 15,000 children.
Yeah, so as you can see, they're denying that there's a G-side going on. If you say anything about the truth, they go crazy, ballistic. This is happening in our education system. Simply speaking about Palestine, merely touching the topic gets this. And so,
thank you so much. And listen, because I'm always repeating, like, who owns our education system? Our entire, whenever there's a big giant political bias and ethnic and religious bias in our school system, it's a pretty good indicator who rules it. I mean, it's like the freaking, they're waving their flag. I mean, for God's sakes, our school system is biased for a foreign country, just like our Congress is, just like our police system is. Dude, it's like the most ridiculous conspiracy theories all come to life at the same freaking time. I mean, isn't it though? It's absurd.
It's crazy. Once you know your facts, once you know the history of Palestine, once you get really knowledgeable about this, it's like these people are still trying to wrap in your head that it's a lie. Like they tell themselves that it's a lie. This is narcissistic behavior.
Yes.
I've watched therapy videos. I've been to therapy. I've been there, done that, and looked at narcissistic behaviors. And this is narcissism at its finest. People that get mad at their own lies and react to the lies that they tell themselves as a reaction. Like, it's like saying, you hit me, but you never really hit me, but I'm getting all crazy and mad because I'm saying that you hit me. Like, these people are insane. Like, I'm telling you, I hope that you all are calling your local politicians. I called my local politicians today. I hope all of you did at least that.
Blueberry fragility. It is blueberry fragility. Yeah, they can't handle it. They can't take any criticism. They can't take any. They can't. You can't ask them. Hey, why is Israel doing something? Oh, it's antiseptic. Like we're just asking why.
Eric, it's like saying Santa Claus exists and finding out that it doesn't. These people just want to run with that lie. Like enough is enough. I will tell them to their face. Can't wait to see you all on Saturday, though.
Yeah, look for me. I'll be there. 100,000%.
All right.
Mike's ugly face in the chat room. Yeah, we have to have TikTok replacement words, or else we get in trouble with TikTok. Replacement words: blueberry, Jenna soda. Yeah, we have to use. I mean, they'll figure it out and watch
These
the
words
show.
are hilarious. They have me laughing all the time when you guys say it.
Oh, I know. And some of them are serious. Like when we say suisoda, you know what we're talking about. Like that's a terrible subject, but we call it suisoda. Like, oh man,
it's laughable at this point. I'm gonna tell them, you guys gotta go check in the hospital. You really need to, like, mentally, you need some type of pills to get you back to reality. You see,
for sure.
To me, they smoke meth, they hallucinate and see things that aren't there. Palestine is Palestine. That's it.
Thank you so much, NYC, and I'll see you in a few more days. Thank you so much, man. You're always welcome on the show. Young Zell, welcome, Young Zell. What's up, buddy? Go right ahead. I'm going to catch up. Everybody, try to stick within 3 minutes. I have 1,000 people waiting to speak, so let me catch up a little bit. Young Zell, welcome again. Go right ahead.
Hey, how's it going, Eric? Thanks for having me back on. I appreciate it. And it's great to come back behind NYC because she's always spitting the facts and letting us know great information. I appreciate that. And kind of following up with that, it's a very, very, very hard task that we all have with spreading the truth these days. And that is especially clear. I saw my man Chip Barnes on a recent live here recently. And they even put his name at the title of their live. And while they're just trying to bash him and say that everything's a lie that everybody says, and just start calling names and insults and things of that nature. And, people were in there telling Chip he should just leave. And he was just being very strong and still hitting them with positive information. So much so that their live wasn't getting any likes from people. It was just sitting at like 5,000 likes the whole time, but Chip Barnes was getting donations and everything from people. So it just lets us know that I go back to what Kurd was saying. That was a wonderful thing that he was speaking on, because I speak it every day. It is very hard out here, I understand, to speak your mind and to speak the truth, and it can make you frustrated, and then they'll start calling you names and insulting you. And then that automatically is going to push buttons in people to want to go to what they're doing. And what we have to remember is that the best way to convince people of the truth is to be calm and to be understanding in the way you're trying to deliver your message. And our message is very clear. You would not want somebody to bomb and eliminate your home where you're at if there was some criminals in the basement or something. And so I don't understand what the logic is that I saw here today of them bombing a UN facility of all places and saying that it is a quote unquote H group headquarters when there are people there that they just disregard. And I go back to, again, and this is what we need to challenge them all on, is that do you believe that all Palestinians are H group? Kids, women, everyone. Because that is the way they're acting. And so if that is the way they're acting, they can't get mad that other people are acting the same way towards them, siding with everything that their government does. So I think we just have to stay strong. We have to interact with everyone that we can. I see people giving gifts and things. I appreciate it, but not really. I'd rather you guys give that to the groups out there Peaceful's working for and everything, to give to the people out there, because they need it. And it is tough, especially when you're trying to grow your own vegetables and build your own type of infrastructure, and then someone comes from out of the sky and takes it out. Like there is any protection from that. That is just cowardly, if you ask me. And I don't care how much sophisticated weaponry you have, it just is a very cowardly move, and I surely don't appreciate or approve of, our government here doing that. But as an African American male, when have we had a voice, sadly? But I do tell all of my people to continue to vote. Because those are voted individuals in those school boards. And that's what people have to understand. It's not about just the president. They'll hype you up on this every 4 years crap when every year we have elections, people. Every year there are elections in your local area, your local district.
Appreciate you, and you're always welcome on the show, my friend. Thank you so much for swinging on by.
Thank you, boss. Be strong.
You too, my friend. You too. Always welcome here. Let me see. Let me go to Harvey. I want to mention at the very, very top too. I want to mention. Oh man. All right. There's a bunch of like little news stories popping up. I wanted to mention something for. You guys already know that the ICC, that right there, Congress voted to sanction the ICC. This is ridiculous on it because one, dude, that's not a politics. That is not Benjamin. Like what goes on in Israel is not nothing to really do with. If someone's being charged with a war crime from the International Criminal Court, if it was like, let's say, an American president, dude, that's still questionable for the Congress to vote on that to sanction the International Court because that's obstruction of justice. You're making threats against the International Criminal Court. It's supposed to be a merit-based system. You're not supposed to bully them. But second of all, dude, this is a foreign leader. It's not our freaking business. It's not Congress's like jurisdiction, I guess you could say. It just kind of shows you who wears the pants in American Congress, not America. It's freaking ridiculous. I mean, it just shows how much of a puppets we are every time they do something like this. Harvey, welcome to the show. Go right ahead, my friend. What up, buddy? How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Eric. How are you, everybody? Actually, first, I keep watching your live. All of us win. One of my dreams will be next Saturday. I'm waiting for your videos from there. I hope that will be million of human beings in there in all races to support the community. Eric, I want to mention some important point because I'm in contact with in Arabic language with people in Middle East in the middle of the problem. Also, there is a lot of races, as you know, in that area, like Kurd, like others, religious. So that point wasn't never problem in there. And some of them will come with face that they are anti-Zionist, but they will say they will mention some point out of the box, like about the nationalism. The nationalism mean the culture. I'm a Palestinian. I live out of my land, but my cultures keep my identity and my nationality and my nationalism and my right of my grandfather rights. If I lost my nationality, if I lost my nationalism, that mean I will be say, okay, let me anywhere with full stomach, with some money and all my right in this land, and to keep my culture alive, I have no right of that. So they would try to explode our what we aim to do, because we have to keep our cultures, all of us, and to mix together in love and acceptation to be enriched life, all of us. What can I say to? Just I want to say next Saturday. I'm very excited, waiting for that day.
Hell yeah, I am too.
One of my dreams. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harvey. Thank you super duper much,
God
man.
bless
Definitely
you,
super
all of
appreciate you.
Love you, all of you.
Okay, everybody, here's some. Actually, I should have reported this earlier. This is breaking news from today, right? Yeah, that's today. This is in Sudan, in Africa. Oh man, villagers had to flee. 100. This is in Sudan, everybody. It's on the eastern part of Africa. 150 people were unalived. Okay, what's going on in Sudan is that the United Arab Emirates, which is apparently a puppet country for Israel, they fund and support certain groups of people to have harsh political totalitarian power in Sudan. And from that, UAE kind of extracts 50 to 80% of all the gold. That's where they get 50 to 80% of all their gold. And they have a deal with Israel where they can make a ton of money on that. So Israel and UAE are tied together to the group. Oh, what's the name of the group? Here, I have to look it up. I wanted to. The name of the group in Sudan that the UAE is supporting is where is it? They're charged with ethnic cleansing. They're charged with using food as a weapon. They're charged with a lot of SA violence, SEX violence, and using that. So it's really, really bad conditions going on in Sudan. Ethnic cleansing charges. So again, the blueberries they have their freaking hand in everything, don't they? Tolman, thank you so much. And it's everything they have their hand in, they corrupt and make it evil. I mean, Jesus, there's been a lot of puppet governments around the world where, I mean, the puppet government still kind of took care of its own people and worked for the other side too. I mean, but this is just, hey, don't give a damn, extract, get as many dollars as you can out of, regardless of how many drops of blood are spilled. It's absolutely ridiculous. Lightseed, welcome to the show. Go right ahead, my friend.
Hey,
how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Great.
Let's see. So I just wanted to put this out there because it's effective. To the peoples of the world, in the face of heinous crimes that transcend borders and threaten the very fabric of our shared humanity, on behalf of civil defense, for crimes against humanity, we issue this solemn declaration. Be it known, International arrest warrants effective immediately for all of the world's most nefarious criminals. Their names etched in the annals of infamy are hereby proclaimed. Rothschilds et al., Anthony Stephen Fauci, William H. Gates, Larry Fink, BlackRock Capital. It needs to be said, it needs to be stated. This is happening. It's happening right in front of our eyes, all of us. It's happening while we're pretending that life is normal. It's not now. They have hijacked all of the Western governments in the how do I put this, in the trajectory of G-side. And what you see in Palestine is the direct reflection of what they want for all of us. They are just finding an excuse to escalate it. That's all this is. So when we wake up and it's time that we decide that this is all over, this whole thing will end in 1 week. This is a 1 week operation. It's a quarantine operation. Nope, we don't need any spilled redness. We don't need the spilled red everywhere. We don't need it. We don't comply we don't operate the way they operate. We are different. We are divine and sacred, but we can quarantine. We do have this power. We not only demand it, we're worthy of it, and it's inherent in the way we have been created for and positioned on this planet by our Creator, and that goes for Muslims and Christians, as well as our Jewish brothers and sisters. So I just wanted to put that out there, Eric. Things are getting more or less kind of serious. It's time to talk serious. I love every one of you very much. Eric, thank you for the time very much.
Thank you so much, my friend. Pally Irish and Ian, thank you so much in the chat room. Lightseed, I appreciate you. Guys, the way I always predicted this stuff is it's going to get insane and really, really bad, but I think it's going to happen after the elections. That's what I think, because I think a lot of people still have the illusion of hope that our elections are going to solve problems. And then after the election, when everyone realizes, oh my God, we're effed, then I think everybody is going to be more susceptible to getting together because, Hawk, thank you so much. Yeah, oh man, yeah, we're screwed. I think either way you vote, Republican or Democrat, it's not going to work. If you vote for independent, I really push for the independent vote, but I don't think they're going to win this election. So, dude, I think the whole election is screwed, and we will see what happens. But I think after that is when we're all. And remember, everybody, as not good as our economy is right now, they do this every 4 years. Well, they'll dump a whole bunch of government money into the economy and also dump like oil reserves to artificially lower the gas prices and artificially make the economy better than it really is. And then after the election is when we have to pay for this through higher inflation, and also gas prices are going to rise right afterwards. So yeah, you have more inflation coming, guys. As bad as inflation is now, it's going to get worse after the election because that's when we have to pay for they do this every election cycle to help boost the incumbent president. It's kind of like a shitty thing to do, but they all do it. So, when's November? It's in 5 more months. Oh, exactly 5 more. November 6th is in exactly 5 more months, everybody. And tomorrow, in 2 more hours for me, is the 8 months since October 7th, everybody. Can you believe we've been doing this for 8 months? I've been sitting in this chair for 8 months every single night. Man, the world has changed in 8 months, hasn't it? Abu Ahmed, thank you so much, my friend. Tolman, welcome. Oh, no, actually, hold on. I was supposed to go to Angels. I said it like 2 people ago. I'm sorry, Angels.
No, it's okay.
I said it and then I screwed up. My bad.
It's okay. I wanted to play the Kamala Harris thing.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
We don't need the ID. You're under arrest. That's all you need to know. So let me have your ID. Yes. Turn around. Turn around. Don't touch me. Why can't I? Want to see your badge? Yes. I'd like to see your badge. Here. How dare you!
What video is that?
Kamala.
Okay, yeah. So, Angel, this is Kamala Harris. This is at the Jimmy Kimmel show. This is the Vice President of the United States. Everybody they're heckling her like crazy. Was that was Jimmy Kimmel? Was that one? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Man. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Listen, she's hated. She was like one of the first people. She ran for president against Joe Biden in 2020. She was one of the first people to drop out. No one liked her, man. She's like from her own community. She's black, right? But no African Americans like her. Like they were the first to vote no on her. Like she is high. She was a prosecutor in California, and she was putting her own people in prison for like ridiculous amounts of time and everything, man. She is not. She's married to a blueberry, by the way. So yeah,
she is. She had a lot of problems when she was I think it was attorney general, state attorney in the San Francisco district. And I believe that it was some kind of a scandal that involved lab results and people who seemed to test positive. A lot of people tested positive for drugs and other things, and they went to prison for a long time because of her. So, she had some scandals before running officially for president, and then I really believe Joe tapped into her because he thought that she would be electable. You know, there were so many other people that he could have chosen, but Susan Rice actually would have been fantastic. But
Susan Rice, I feel bad for her because they always used her to go deliver bad information. And so she was kind of like a poor scapegoat or something. It's like, I felt bad for her. Every time they had to go, like America had to lie at the United Nations or something, they would use her. She would go out there and just get slammed. I'm like, you poor girl.
She's what we call a pistol. She's a pistol. And she's very strong. And I definitely think she would make a great president. But again, that's just me. But I wanted to play that video because I wanted people to hear it. So Chad, if you just joined, that was Kamala Harris getting heckled last night during Jimmy Kimmel's live show.
She was met with a whole bunch of negative stuff. She has the lowest approval rating of any single vice president in history. It dropped down to 17% that we know of. I'm very skeptical of certain polling data. She is America's first woman and black vice president. And I think she also claims a bunch of other stuff too, like Filipino or something like that. Vengeful, thank you so much. Dude, she is, she's just not, and again, her policies are bad against her own people. So her own people have turned against her. Pally Lyon, thank you so much. You can't take your own people for granted, man. You can't take your own people for granted. And that's exactly what she did. Vengeful and Pally Lyon. And now she's hardcore pro Blueberry. So just to show you what type of a person she is, she's not cool. Cecilia Chan, Pally Lyon, Vengeful. Thank you. Tolman, welcome to the show. Thank you for your patience and go right ahead. Appreciate you. How you doing? Welcome back. Microphone request. White screen just popped up right in the middle. Pally Lyon, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, Vengeful. Hello.
Hi. Good evening, and I'm delighted to be my favorite talk show. I just want to I feel sorry for the United States of America, and I will pray for this country because people like the one you were now talking about, the Vice President and Nancy Pelosi and such people representing this country is really disgrace. And Nancy Pelosi, she should go to retire home because I don't think she brings on the table anything positive at all. Then I don't even understand what she's talking about. And I have an accent, but I don't even know what she's talking about because she may had, I am not critical to the facelifting, but I'm a woman and I support that to look good. But she had 10,000 maybe facelifting that I don't even know if she's moving her jaw or if she's moving her mouth. I don't understand what she's saying. So people like that, we don't need in America. They should go in retired home and really taking care of them. And we have to take care of them rather than representing United States of America. That's shameful. Secondly, I am here to discuss about this country. The most powerful man and the president of this country is Benjamin Netanyahu. I have no question about that because otherwise, there is no such two countries who have similar interest in the world. That cannot be happen in democracy or in real world. So this country is clear cut that he is the president of this country, that the United Nations or whatever I say G or call whatever you want to all those things, they are null and obsolete, and he is the masterminded of all this. And let me come back to your discussion earlier, United Arab Emirates. That's my favorite topic. So United Arab Emirates right now, they are working for Benjamin Netanyahu, and he ordered them to go to Ethiopia, which is landlocked country that don't have a sea, to get forcefully Somali Sea, because Somalia is located, is bordering in also Yemen. So we are close to Red Sea, and Ethiopia is landlocked country. So now Ethiopian puppet who is there, which his country is already break down because there are multiple functions that are fighting in Ethiopia right now. So Benjamin Netanyahu ordered him to get the sea from Somalia forcefully and through the United Arab Emirates, and they are funding him. And there is going to be another war right now already starting in between Somalia and Ethiopia. And if you watch the Prime Minister, you can even Google now while I'm talking, the Ethiopian Prime Minister, who is a puppet for working Benjamin Netanyahu, because they have Falashe, which is claimed to be Israelis, he said deliberately, he said Ethiopia have to have a Red Sea, part of the Red Sea, which is his country is a landlocked country and they don't have a sea at all, but getting through Somalia forcefully, the sea water is so Benjamin Netanyahu is planning to attack Houthis in the Somali waters. While Ethiopia, he already bought them ships, and already United Arab Emirates already trained Ethiopian Marines, which is a landlocked country. I don't know, Eric, that's a very interesting topic that I would like you bring up in the future. And this is another really hot topic right now. You were talking about earlier Sudan, the involvement of this United Arab Emirates. But now the Red Sea War is starting between Somalia and Ethiopia, which Benjamin Netanyahu is leading through United Arab Emirates and through this puppet Ethiopian prime minister, who his country is failed state right now, but they are keeping in the power Addis Ababa. And so now he's attacking the waters of Somalia, which is a country that never had a water because it's landlocked Ethiopia country. So that's another topic that is going through, which would they are trying to Benjamin Netanyahu to control Houthis from there, because Somalia and Yemen we are neighbors and we have a lot of connections culturally and physically. So if you can see, the Prime Minister came officially. Even he wrote a letter in the White House. He's saying Ethiopia has a right to claim some waters through Somalia.
I'm very interested. Like, I'm keeping up to date on all of that. This is like new information, and I'm learning it about the UAE and everything like that, and Sudan. I've always heard a lot about Sudan. I didn't know specifically what was going on in there. I've heard about the genocide. I've heard about the ethnic cleansing. but now I'm actually like, reading the names, who's the puppet master and all that. What do they get out of it? It's mostly due to gold. So yeah, UAE is getting 50 to 80% of its gold from Sudan, and they're using just bad people to implement the means of getting it, like to make sure that like a sort of government by brutality, not really a government, but dude, it's really nuts. Yeah, I'm learning about all that, and I'm keeping tabs on it so I can research it and read it whenever I need to. So thank you so much for swinging by and explaining all that. Definitely appreciate you. The name of the group that the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, which is like a little bit south of Iraq. That's where it's at. Tolman and Nihoma, thank you so much. They're funding the RSF. That's the name of the group that is going around doing the ethnic cleansing, looting, executions, setting entire villages on fire, and using food as a weapon of war. I'm actually just reading it right off the thing right here. So thank you, Tolman. Appreciate you very, very much. Let me get to Raiders for Life. Oh, what's up, Tony? Go ahead, Tony. Judge Dredd. Awesome.
I'm sorry, man. I'm in a restaurant. I know you wanted the translator, so guys on the panel, I apologize if we can go to Moses because I'm actually out.
Oh, okay. I see him. Our buddy Moses. All right, for anybody who doesn't know.
I apologize for everyone on the panel.
No, it's all good. Yeah, Moses, everybody is like you guys got it. If you haven't already, hit the follow button on him. I'm sure you already have. Nayla, thank you so much. Any money donated to him, he redistributes it among the people around him. Sometimes he gets them clothing and food, whatever is necessary. And sometimes he'll just hand the cash out and let them buy whatever they need to in their own way. Moses, appreciate you coming by. Go right ahead. How are you, buddy?
موسى كيف حالك حبيبي؟ مايكروفون. موسى مش سامعينك. I can't hear him. Can anybody hear him?
I can't hear him. His microphone is on. I can't hear him.
Nope.
Tell him to drop and come back. Tell him to drop and come back.
موسى بدي انزلك وارجع اطلب عشان ارجع اطلعك لانه ما فيش صوت عندك.
All right. Let me get to Raiders while we figure him out. Okay. Raiders, go right ahead, my friend. We're going to figure him out. He's a really good guy, really good guest. Go ahead, Raiders. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Eric. Hi, Eric. How are you doing, buddy?
What up, buddy?
Not much. I just wanted to let you know I had my question answered today. Sorry, my dog. I'm in the backyard. I apologize for the dog. I had my question asked the other today. I was on one of the other what do you call it, lives, and I asked about the Arabic League. How come they don't get together and help the Palestinians and all that? But one of the guys I talked to was from Jordan, actually, and he told me the reason the Arabic League don't get together is because of Saudis. Because he said the Saudis, the president of Jordan is actually, I think he told me like half Saudi, or he was controlled by the Saudis. And he said that, there was some other Arabic countries, I apologize. He told me Jordan was one. Of course, we know about Egypt. And then he told me about Syria, like somewhat was controlled by the Saudis too. So who's controlling the Middle East right now? He told me it was the Saudis. Some of these kings that are in these Arabic countries are half Saudi and half something else. So he said the Saudis are putting the money in to the Arabic League to help fund Israel. Like Tolman, I think Tolman is the one that said about, not Tolman, somebody said about the Saudis. I don't know if that's Angel or Tolman, but that's what he told me basically, that the Saudis, because Saudi Arabia, that's why the Arabic League is not formed.
Yeah, okay, so just so everybody knows, Jordan, Egypt, UAE, and Saudi Arabia is always wish-washy. Sometimes they'll pretend to go against, but Saudi Arabia is they take a ton of free gifts from Israel and America. They take it from Israel through America, I should say. So Saudi Arabia for sure. Syria, everybody. Syria is on the good guy side. Mostly, there are rebel groups funded by Israel in opposition to try to always be destabilizing to Syria, as far as best of my political knowledge of that area. So there's always that, like when the Syrian rebel civil war and all that stuff too. Tolman, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And Raiders, thank you so much. Moses is loading. It's still loading. So he's having connection problems. As soon as he's done loading, I'll go to him. But he's loading. Yeah.
Eric, thank you for that. I just want to let you guys know what's going on about the Arab nation. So I'm guessing.
I appreciate. That's extremely good to know, and I'm glad you brought that up, man. Because I like to keep up to date on it too. I've learned a lot in the past few months on that.
Yeah, my friend that's Jordanian that I was talking to on the other live, he said he feels bad because he supports free Palestine and everybody else does too, but it's just hard to get these Arab leagues because Saudi. I mean, if it was for Saudi like the United States, if we would let go and let them form their stuff, I think this war would end.
They are one part of the problem, and I also blame a lot of their own leaders too, because they kind of blame others as kind of scapegoats and stuff like that. I mean, it is true Saudi Arabia does have influence because it's one of the bigger nations, and they can influence because they got the money and military might to do so. But also at the same time too, dude, I see Yemen. Yemen is acting brave. I mean, so it kind of makes. It's kind of like when Yemen is brave, it kind of makes all these bigger powers that's bigger than Yemen kind of embarrassing. So I'm like, dude, well, Yemen's doing it, so why don't you grow a pair?
Exactly. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. I just want to say thank you for letting me have me on live today.
Thank you, my friend. Everybody hit the follow button, Raiders. Thank you, buddy.
Eric, I'm going to drop. Guys, if Moses comes back up, just leave a box empty, just in case. And I'll come back up.
All right, thank you so much. Chicago in the chat room has a correction. The king of Jordan is not half Saudi; he's half British. Abu, thank you so much. Thank you for the correction in the chat room. Appreciate you, my friend. We'll find out what happened to anybody who gifted him. He still gets the gift. It's just a connection problem. Ask the pup mom. Thank you so much for your patience. Go right ahead. Abu, thank you, Abu, for the heart me.
I just want to apologize. I requested by accident. I am a fast tapper. You're in my ear. I'm at work. I'm a paramedic in New Jersey, and I just want to thank you for everything you do. I listen to you until you're off and get all my news, so thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of time and effort into the show, and I'm really, really glad to have listeners and everything too, man. It's just like, it's really, really cool. We have a community. We really, really do have a community. We all learn off each other and everything like that. And we influence because, I mean, like, let's face it. Let's say we have a revolution and we win the revolution. Unless you know what APAC is, unless you know what ADL is, unless specific things are known and dismantled, even if you win a revolution, you didn't win shit because they're still in power. JV, thank you so much. And Ask the Pump Mom, I appreciate your support and everything. Thank you for listening.
Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Thank you. JV, thank you very much. Ask the Pup Mom, thank you once again. And I am on Abu. Abu, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you, Eric. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I just wanted to get to the point. And these people are trying to starve our people out. We need to help them open those borders. You know what I mean? There's these demons standing at the borders, stopping the food going in. We need our people to get food. And the other thing is what Moses is doing. We need to support that too. You know what I mean? We need to help our people. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, my friend. Daku, thank you so much. Guys, listen, the starvation right now has hit a new high. And when everyone started starving again, sadly, this young man right here passed away a few days ago. I think it was a few days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, maybe, of starvation. The hunger problem has really hit the youngsters really hard because remember, little kids, especially ones with medical conditions, but little kids, they can't eat solid foods. They can't eat all the stuff that adults can eat. Now, all the adults, they give their food to their children and they'll suffer with, before the children suffer, but there's still a lot of children, they can't eat that sort of stuff. And Daniela Weiss and another political politician in Israel, they said, they're using this as a tool. It is a tool. They want them out of there. And remember, too, that this hunger crisis, this big giant famine comes at not so coincident. Remember when America said they were going to build that naval base so they can ship in food? They finished building the naval base. They shipped in a whole bunch of food and people are starving. Well, then it wasn't food you shipped in, was it? And we always like to speak the American military is shipping something under the supervision and welcome to the IDF Israeli military, and you're telling us that's food, huh? So one military is giving the other military food to give to the Palestinian people, huh? Dude, even if it is food, I think it's more likely to end up in Israel than it is to end up in the hands of a Palestinian. Scumbags. All right. Thank you very, very much to my previous guest, Montana. Welcome to the show. You're next. How are you, my friend? Hello.
How's it going? How's it going? Sorry, I'm late.
All good. All good.
Some pro-Israel lady, but her condition for assisting Trump was West Bank annexation.
Damn. What was her name again?
Her name is Miriam Adelson.
Adamson or not Williamson? I know Williamson.
Adelson, so it's Adelson.
Wow. Listen, he's being sued by, all right, guys, face it, it's a blueberry court system, all right? And to save him from the blueberry court system, a blueberry is going to save him on the condition that he does a favor for blueberryism. Oh, wow, what a coincidence.
He also has a settlement out in Golan Heights named after him.
He does. PR Freedom, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to pull up a picture of that too, because there's a village named after Donald Trump in the Golem Heights, and there's a big giant sign. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. Thank you, PR Freedom. Thank you again, Montana. Anything else you wanted to mention?
Just one more thing. There was somebody talking about Jordan earlier. I have two friends from Jordan and Palestine that are actually in America, and one of them just came back from Jordan. He actually said that people out there don't really support Israel at all. It's more like the president of Jordan is in Israel's pocket. So
it's exactly it. That's exactly. Montana, thank you so much. Daddy True, thank you so much. Very, very specifically, everybody. Their situation, like Egypt and Jordan and NVS, thank you so much, is exactly how it is here in America, where the entire population is pro-Pally and the government is hardcore pro-Blueberry. Same thing in Jordan. The whole population, dude, they attacked and burned down an Israeli embassy in Jordan. What was that, like a month ago? You guys remember that? So their situation is just like ours. All right, remember, Jordan is about half the size, probably less, or maybe more. They're about half the size of Israel. They get paid $1 billion every single year to be Israel's ally. $1 billion a year. So they take a political bribery to be their ally. But it's not Israel that pays that bribe. America pays Jordan $1 billion every single year to stay allies with Israel. Is that not freaking nuts? We pay for that. Freaking hell, man. This is Trump Heights, everybody. You see it's written in Hebrew above it, Trump Heights. And there, the devil himself, you see the devil? You see him right there? You see, there's Satan himself. Satan himself was at the inauguration. They were doing this to kiss his butt. And I also think it's I think they did it strategically. They put Donald Trump's village, the village they named after Donald Trump, like on the very, very border where Syria, like it would be one of the first places to get attacked. So yeah, I think
not to cut you off, sorry. So I guess like the geological location is actually like mountaintop, so it's more like a strategic advantage if they were in like a battle or anything over there. But,
yeah.
If you could also pull up when he was in his golf cart and he was like pointing to his supporters, like, I gave you Golan Heights. I gave you Golan Heights.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know about that one. Yeah, so I think they did a strategic area on purpose named after him because it serves a dual purpose where if it was ever attacked and Donald Trump was president at that time, then he would immediately like try and go and save his own name. So, because listen, whenever Israel gives it's like a Trojan horse gift, you know, every gift is secretly something that benefits themselves. Palestine, thank you so much. Montana, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Meg, welcome to the show. Go right ahead, Meg.
You know, I have to say something about it, Eric. I mean, Israel does love the convicts, right? Let's get it out there. I mean, does it surprise us that Trump has land? Not at all. So now that that's been said, I don't know if it's been on the prison.
There we are.
Can you?
Yeah, we lost you for a second. You're back. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Saeed Timon, I don't know if you covered this. Prison is like trickling in through all news media outlet because there's been a whistleblower. So, and forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. Saeed Timon is a prison that actually expanded since October 7th. And I posted a CNN article because it was like one of the first posts at like 11 o'clock a.m. yesterday. But it got a lot of national news when the New York Post posted about it, because they went in depth about the whistleblower. And I posted to CNN, not because I believe in CNN news by any means, but I definitely wanted to call out the verbiage that CNN used, because they're talking about this particular prison that did expand since October 7th. And also how they're using terminology such as prisoner versus hostage, right? And this is a very, I feel like we need to call attention to this particular case because there's been a lot of SA assaults against men that are Palestinian hostages. And it, oh my gosh, this is very hard to talk about.
Meg, for clarification, is this the one that's like located in the desert and the whistleblowers, the IDF soldiers that came out to CNN? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, I know. Yes. All right, yep. Listen, everybody, that's like a Guantanamo Bay. I made a video on. I did some research on that, dude. It's really bad. Guys are some guys are forced to wear diapers because they're strapped to tables or strapped to chairs for so long. Some they have to sit and not move while they're handcuffed behind their back and have blindfolds, and they're forbidden to speak and peek behind their blindfolds. Also, it's a Guantanamo Bay. They do enhanced interrogate, they torture for information. I mean, and then the whistleblowers, the IDF themselves, IDF whistleblowers said that that's more for revenge than it is for actual information gathering. Go ahead, Meg. Thank you so much.
So we have that, and now there's more reports from New York Times, from Washington Post, from a lot of U.S. news outlets that are interviewing Palestinian men that were, air quotes, prisoners, let's be realistic, hostages. And they're going in depth about the essay about it. It is a very hard read, but I do think I wanted to call attention to it because it needs to be talked about.
Yeah, that's the article right there too.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is about the whistleblower from the ITF. That's been around a little bit, but it's now surfacing about all the SA, and I feel like the ITF, any claims they make, that's what they're doing. I've felt this way for a very long time.
Yeah. No, every accusation is a confession.
Correct.
Yes, they do it all the damn time.
Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to call attention that it's like now trickling in that a lot of news outlets are like jumping on this and actually talking to Palestinian people themselves. So it's been a little bit like that particular article has been around, and thank you so much, Eric, for covering it. But now we're talking to Palestinian hostages.
Yeah.
And let's be real about the terminology. They're not prisoners, they're hostages. All right,
No,
thank you, Eric,
exactly.
for your time.
They are. Nemo, thank you so much, because remember, everybody, they have the power of interpretation on their hands, and they're just interpreting everybody as being a T word or a T word supporter. Emma, thank you so much. So they're psychotic and they're just arresting everyone. Maymo, thank you so much. And Walix, Walletix, thank you so much for gifting my friend. Peace. I'm sorry. Vengeful Survivor. Everybody hit the follow button on Vengeful. Appreciate you super duper much. Go right ahead, my friend, and welcome.
You know how I'm going to start here. I'm going to start with a commercial break because there's over 400 people in here and we need to get the likes up. So I'm going to ask him anywhere. Treat him like he's a Zio. Also, that yellow heart next to his name, join the team. It's one coin. That's 1 penny. We need to keep his voice, his panel, and these types of lives going. Follow him on Rumble also if you want some unedited stuff, the stuff we can't say here because we have to be appropriate because we need to keep this live safe. Look at that man right there. Pally Viking, you guys follow him for me real quickly. So my commercial break's over. So I'm going to hit on what I always hit on real quickly, is that right now Israel's hoping we're tired. The American government's hoping we're tired, hoping we will look away. The last few days, the last few weeks has been the worst it's been in Palestine. And real quick, I forgot. I want to say W to that last guest there, Megan. I think it's the Trash Panda. That was what it looked like. But thank you for that. As a survivor of childhood trafficking in SA, And as someone who is 10 toes down with the Palestinians, I appreciate you for that and for bringing that story up, and Eric for you reporting it. Back to Palestine, guys. Can I get the big screen for a second? Because I want to show 2 ways you guys can help Palestinians right now, because the starvation is at famine levels. And right now, help Feed Gaza Now. These guys we've helped before, Islam and Solidarity. They're solid. Trust them. They're able to turn it over and help Palestinians. Please look into them, follow them, and list children, the women, the innocent civilians. This is a geocide. This is one side to a geocide. We need now to focus as much as possible, because 1.1 million Palestinians right now are at starvation level, mostly women and children. And just as many have infectious diseases because they don't have nutrition. Eric showed a picture of a child. This is real. And my American brothers and sisters, we can do something about it while our government does not. All right. And if not help Feed Gaza Now, you guys know, I'm going to bring that up real quickly behind me. Sorry. Oops. I'm having some technical difficulties. Well, anyways, doesn't matter. You guys know Salam and Solidarity, so that's another option, SalamandSolidarity.org. Both organizations are helping feed Palestinians, helping disperse food and aid to the Palestinians. So please, it's the most important thing right now. Food, water, and aid. And speaking of Palestinians and Palestinian voices, my brother here, Pally Viking, he has been a voice, an inspiration to me, a voice in all activism, not just Palestinian, but all human rights. He's also an artist, and I'm proud that he's here with me tonight. And I'm glad Eric's given him some time, because I want you guys to know who he is. Follow him, listen to his music. He's trying to get, if you guys don't know, Watermelon Fest is coming up October 3rd. It's a great event showing Palestinian, artists, musical artists, regular artists. Salam and Solidarity will hopefully be there too. We're trying to push to get Pally Viking there. He's Palestinian American. His music is lit. All right. His bars are fire. His message is fire. He's a great person. I'm going to pass the mic to him because, I don't know, he's an inspiration of mine. So thank you for your time. As always, everyone, free Palestine means free the world.
Yes, it does. Doing it right now, it also means free America, because our institutions are heavily occupied. Our president, our Congress, our school system, college system especially, and apparently our police force all work for Israel. Freaking nuts. Pally Viking, welcome to the show, my friend. What is up? Everybody, please hit the follow button on Pally Viking. Robert, thank you so much. Pally Viking, you got the floor for a second here. Go right ahead, man. What's up? How are you?
What's going on, Eric? I appreciate.
I see. I got a matching necklace.
Yeah, there we go, man. There you go. I appreciate you having me on the live, brother. And a big shout out to you and everything you're doing. You've been you live on my FYP, and I see what you do. So nothing but respect for you. And W Vengeful, W Politics. What up, October? Man, listen. What's going on is really bad right now. If I can just be real with you guys, it's bad. I think everybody feels this sense of urgency, and I know it seems discouraging, but if you had a Zionist in your comment section trolling you today, you're on the right side. You did something right. If you got a video taken down today, you did something right. Okay? If you have cried and you have shed human tears for these past 7-8 months, you are on the right side. You are doing well, and those people appreciate you, and we appreciate you as Palestinians all over the world. But there's something that I don't think gets enough attention, which is the strength in numbers that we have in solidarity with our allies. So I did want to take just a quick second to acknowledge everybody in here who is not Palestinian. I want to give a special shout out to you. If you consider yourself to be on the outside looking in, I want to tell you that you are no longer on the outside looking in. You have a pass. You want to say you're Palestinian? You can say you're Palestinian now, okay? You have been doing this. You've been with us through the worst of the worst. And just to give you an idea of who is telling you that you got a pass, I've been telling kids on the bus since I was 11 years old that they have to circle Israel or Palestine. I'm in the schools talking to all my classmates about Palestine at the table in high school. Everybody knows me. I didn't even know what an activist meant. I didn't know what the word was, but I live for this. I live for Palestine. Everything I do is for the freedom and liberation of my people. I grew up as a young boy watching the second Intifada and seeing Muhammad Durra under the fire with his father shielding him, and it broke my heart, man. So I stand here as an individual who has lived through the post 9/11 era, who has came, to this little gimmick that we got going on in October, and now seeing how a lot of the propaganda is resurfacing. It's very identical. It really does mirror that 2001 era type of terminology and some of the talking points. So I just want to thank everybody who is putting their heads together to help and make things happen. I use my voice. I believe that God has blessed us with a gift. Not everybody has a voice, but guess what? I could never be an engineer, could never be a doctor, could never do some of the things that other people do. And those people use their gift to sacrifice themselves and to give aid and to help. And I use my gift as a speaker, as somebody with a voice, to be the voice for the voiceless. And that's what I do through my music. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do. It is called Red Triangle. It is out on all streaming platforms. You can look at my name, Pally Viking, and type it in. What we're doing is working on building an empire. And Eric, again, I appreciate you having me on the live, brother. This is not just a plug about my music. What we're doing is working on building something that we can contribute to and change the landscape of the music industry and do something that is rightful and righteous for us, that doesn't make you feel guilty, that has a positive message that we can support. And, as we grow, we will give back, and we will, use that momentum to give back. And just as the brother Vengeful said, some of these organizations that you can, keep in mind is Salam and Solidarity, Help Feed Gaza Now. And these are the kind of organizations that I'm working with right now personally, and I intend to work with them in the future. So last but not least, there's something that I've learned through this activism stuff. I didn't really start being an official activist till 2014 and really doing grassroots stuff and working with organizations. But guys, beware of the crash. And I love you all, really do. And listen to me as your brother in the community. There may be a time in the future where the media does suppress this message. It could happen. We didn't think it was going to happen in 2014. We thought we was going to free Palestine. I'll be honest with you. We thought we were going to free Palestine back then. We had in our minds this euphoric, positive, powerful vision of freeing Palestine. We felt that it was going to happen. And when it started to crash, a lot of, it went downhill. So what I want to say to you guys is take a moment to think. I want to share with you a lesson that I learned is that we might not ever see a free Palestine in our lifetime. Now, wait a minute. Let me finish. We want to see a free Palestine right now. Yesterday, not right now. We want to see free Palestine yesterday. But listen to me. You have to accept that you may never see it, and you have to still do what you're doing right now and know that you might not ever get any reward. This is a selfless movement, and you have to dedicate your entire self to this movement, regardless of what you think is going to come back. Don't worry about what's going to come back. These people need you, and everything you do, it counts. And there will be a time in the future where people look back and they will remember you and they'll say, you know what? Those guys were losing 50-0, but they still played hard. They still played to win. They were playing for pride. You did the right thing, and I'm proud of everybody who's in here. That's all I have to say here. I'm going to pass the mic. I just want to thank you again for having me up here. Make sure you check the album out, Red Triangle, and salute,
hell yeah,
free Palestine.
Salute back to you, buddy. Hell yeah, freaking. What platforms are you on?
All streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all that good stuff, man. Anything.
Oh hell yeah! All right, yeah. Swing by again. Stay in
Hey, can I
contact.
say one thing about
I'll
Pally
definitely-
Viking, y'all? Just one thing is that he's so selfless. Like, he has come and performed selflessly to help raise funds for Salam and Solidarity. It has helped us
badass.
feed many people in Palestine. He does that, so just know that. He really, please go listen to his music and let's get him Watermelon Fest. If you guys can get there, it's in New Jersey. It's August 3rd. And let's get him there. So, guys, let's pump this guy up. Listen to his music. You will not be disappointed in the message and the music. Love you guys all. Eric, you're a rock star.
I'm gonna repost him. I'm gonna repost him in the disco. Pally Viking, I got you, man. Gotcha. 1000% gotcha. Thank you, Pally Viking. Appreciate you. Moses, everybody is he's in Gaza right now. So I want to get to him. Everybody, remember, any gifts you give him, he redistributes it to those among him. He's an excellent guy. Please hit the follow button on Moses at the very, very least. Hit the follow button on Vengeful, Pally Viking, on all our guests here. Please hit the follow button. And Moses, go right ahead. Tony, you up here, man, for translation? Yep. Meg, thank you so much. And Mary, thank you so much.
كيفك موسى؟ موسى
الحمد لله توني صباح الخير كيف حالك؟
هلا حبيبي صباح الخير سعد صباحك حبيبي.
هاي توني
هلا حبيبي سامعني؟
توني معك
حبيبي
معك توني
خبرني حبيبي شو في عندك اخبار؟ انت وين هلا بالضبط؟
الو
انت وين هلا بالضبط؟
بس صباحك وكيف حالك؟ Eric, how are you?
Eric, he's saying, how are you?
والله العظيم
I'm doing great. I can get my microphone off.
عندي نت أنا فيش عندي نت أنا متواجد الآن في مواصي في مواصي بالرفع وخمس.
He is now in المواصي.
بالرفع وخانونس.
It's between
بالرفع وخانونس أنا عايش بالرفع وخانونس.
He's between Rafah and Khan Yunis at the moment. And as you can see all the tents over there. شو في أخبارك؟ شو أخبارك؟ كل شيء تمام؟ شو الأوضاع عندك؟ حبيبي بتقدر تطفي الكاميرا بتاخذ الانترنت، اطفي الكاميرا.
كان الوضع عمليات مدينة السرطان.
هلا
الوضع جدا رفع.
هلا حبيبي هلا انا بخلي الكل انه انت الصوت عندك مش واضح. هلا انت عندك الصوت
كلامي وبدي حد يقرأه عشان ما فيش نت.
اوكي
عندي جوجل مي.
اوكي عندك على حاط لينك يعني عندك؟ اوكي
حاطه عندي على حسابي.
يلا خلينا اقول لهم. Guys, everybody, please follow him, follow Moses. He has a GoFundMe link on his.
للناس قولهم كمان عامله للناس.
طبعا. He has a GoFundMe on his page. Moses always buys gift stuff for the people around him. He showed us videos every time he did that. So money that he takes, he distributes for the people around him in the tents.
Yeah.
If it's food, if it's clothes, if it's whatever is needed. So whatever he gets, he actually puts it back to the people over there.
Yeah, he's a very, very good dude. And he films himself doing it. We verify him. We've been working with him for like half a year. I don't know. I've been working with him December. I remember December. Yeah, like half a year, man. So yeah, very good guy. He's verified by everybody around him. To Jessica, Jackie, thank you so much. Everybody who gifted him, I thank you on his behalf. Tony, is there anything else, my friend?
No, I just want to do a quick reminder.
إلي شهر بحاول أطلع عندكم. إلي شهر.
He's saying he's been trying for a month to come up on the show, but there's no net, there's no internet. because as you guys know that they keep moving from one place to another, and they don't have internet.
Yeah.
So that's what he was saying.
Bullshit.
طيب خليك انا هلا قلت للكل يعملوا لك فولو يلحقوك على الصفحه تبعتك وعلى الجو فاندمي، فخليك هون وان شاء الله الناس بتكرمك.
ان شاء الله. الوضع كتير في رفح سيء، عارف يعني لحتى الان يمكن حوالي 80 صاروخ ولا 90 صاروخ من المغرب لحتى اللحظه هي رمعت للسلطان. في اشتباكات عنيفه يعني جد.
So he's saying basically that they're still hitting in Rafah. They're booming them left and right. And of course, they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop doing what they're doing. We all know that. Yeah. في شيء ثاني عندك موسى؟
ما زال الاشتباك شغال ضايل يا توني، ضايل الاشتباك شغال ضايل. هي سامعينه؟ يعني هذا قريب مني، يعني 80 متر تقريبا عرض.
Listen to the background, guys. Listen to the background. They're actually booming right now as he's talking.
Ah, damn.
I heard something. I heard. There you go. Can you hear it again? It stopped. But yeah, they're booming them. Yeah, Eric, can I have the big screen also, please? I just want to talk about this too. Guys, we are trying to help the people in Gaza. I'm gonna do it really quick. It's basically donations we are feeding the people in Gaza. Vengeful, he was here. We are working together with Salam also. If you can, you can follow me if you want to see this on my page. We are feeding the people every single day over there in Gaza. We have the sources over there, and it's a daily thing. It's not just like once a week or every 2 weeks or whatever. We have people there. We have the supplies. We have the people who are cooking for the people over there. You can feed people there. $650 to $685. It will feed between 2,000 to 3,000 orphans, kids, families. But they start with orphans and then they start giving other people. So if you see this one right here, you can go to my profile. I have a picture of that. It's a PayPal or Cash App. If you would like to donate, you can donate. You will see videos also after the donations. We're working on a site where you can actually go in and see the pictures. But whoever wants to see pictures, I open lives almost every day in the morning, around 3 to 4 hours. We show, we have a sign and it shows who actually donated for that and the date and the day. So it's 100% legit. If you follow me or if you go to my profile, you can see this link. You can actually take a picture of the codes right there and you can pay direct. If you do so, if you want to donate to us or anybody else via PayPal, I want to make sure everybody knows this. Do not put anything that says Palestine or Gaza, or that money will get stuck. It will not be sent. They actually hold that money, PayPal or the Cash App. So make sure you don't put Gaza or Palestine to anything you donate to via these websites. So I just want to make sure everybody knows this.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you super duper much, my friend. Thank you for all your work and that you do and helping these people out and everything, man. I definitely appreciate you. Hats off to you, my friend. Let me get to IA Source. Hello, my friend, 964. Welcome to the show and go right ahead. Mary, thank you, Mary. Go ahead, my friend. Thank you for your patience. How are you? White screen just popped up. Hit the button. Your microphone is on. Let me go to Hamden. Hamden, what's up, Hamden? How are you, buddy? Thank you for your patience and go right ahead, man.
No problem. Assalamu alaikum, Eric. How you doing?
What's up, bud?
Hey, nothing much, guys. Please help with Tony. What he's saying is correct. This is coming from a Palestinian that please do not put anything that mentions anything about Palestine and Gaza. When you send that money, they will confiscate that money. It won't go to the people that we want to help feed so much. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate him and plug him and vengeful. You guys we're all Palestinians, man. I appreciate it. I kind of wanted to touch back on that, that Raiders guy was saying, why aren't the Arab League doing anything? And I kind of want to break it down to everybody, guys. Like if you don't do what the Zios want, they will get Big Brother America to go over there and overthrow you. They overthrew Libya. You see what they did to Gaddafi. They unalived him on camera with a knife in his you-know-what, which was horrific. It was bad. I mean, they hung unalived Saddam Hussein, and that was done on camera in front of him. You see what they're doing in Syria, trying to overthrow Assad. You see what they did in Afghanistan. Look at everything that they're doing, the booming they're doing to Yemen. Guys, it's not. I'm not defending them. Of course, they're collaborators, but they're scared too. So these kings of Jordan, these kings of Saudi Arabia, they're bending the knee. If you watch Game of Thrones, they're bending the knee to the America and to everybody else, to the UAE. They're bending the knee. They're saying, "Hey, we don't want no smoke." But then you got people like Yemen holding it down. They say, "You know what? We've been boom for 8 years. We don't care. We have nothing to lose." And I wanted to, and I agree with everybody. The people are with us. It's not the people. Eric always says it. The people are with us. It's the government. Just like America, the people are with us. It's the government, unfortunately. And until we get together and we actually do something about it, that's the time it will change. I also wanted to say one more thing, Eric, and I'll pass back the microphone. The king of Jordan his grandfather actually wasn't from Jordan. He collaborated with the British, Eric. He's from Saudi Arabia. He collaborated with the British to overthrow the Ottoman Empire in World War I. And then, because he helped the British, they put him in to be a king over Jordan. He got unalived by a real Palestinian when he went to Al-Aqsa Mosque. So the king of Jordan now, his mom is actually British. He's not even full Jordanian, man. So not only is he not from Jordan, his mom is from Britain, and they're just watering it down. So then they try to get him to be, I guess, because most of Jordan is Palestinian, they married him off, the king of Jordan now, they married him off to a Palestinian woman to legitimize him, Eric. So you could see, like, the web is goes through and through. It's crazy. You guys, fact check me. You don't believe it? Look it up for yourselves. Do a little homework. But that's all I had to say. I love you guys. I love Vengeful. I love Tony. Please, guys, support. Support. I love you, Eric. That's all I had to say, man.
Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Always welcome on the show, man. Thank you for explaining Jordan a little bit better too. Unless you are from that people, you can't represent that people because your biases are not aligned with that people. Hamden, thank you so much. Let me check one more time with IA Source 964. Welcome, my friend. Are you there? Oh shit! My bad. Hit the green button again. My bad. I think I just turned his microphone off by accident. Mo 510. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you. I look good as a cowboy, don't I? IA 964. You there, my friend? Hit the green button. Should be right there on your screen. Everybody, I would like to thank Tony. Thank you, Moses, for swinging by. Shelly, I'm going to be seeing Shelly in just a couple more days. Ask the Angels. Thank you so much. Judge Dredd, super duper appreciate you, my friend. Everybody, I have my I have quite a few podcasts. Anytime I have a really good show, I repost it up on Rumble. Rumble is freaking awesome. We should have been on there for a while, man, for real. TikTok still has the best live shows though, but Rumble is freaking super good. Link is in my profile. Everybody, I will see you all tomorrow. I'll be doing a live show tomorrow too, and I'll be doing a live show on Saturday from the White House. I kid you not, it's gonna be